Yo, people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for another watch along. Big up your damn selves in the building. Make sure you smash up the likes and subscribe. We've got double header again today. Newcastle versus PSG and Dortmund versus AC Milan. The lineups are on your screen. The benches are on your screen as well. According to the fixtures, obviously they're done together. Let's see what's being said in the chat. Big up. Relax. It's not every day you have to make an entrance. No one's talking to you. It's this TV. Always trying to be the main character. This is going to be attack versus defense. Listen, you see PSG. I've seen their team, and their team should be up on the screen for you guys as well. They have gone with. Why is that just randomly disappeared? They've gone with a. They've gone with Dembele in midfield today. They've gone with Dembele in midfield. So in the midfield three, they've gone with Dembele, and then they've added Ramos to the attack and Mwani as well. So it's a really attack-minded lineup. I don't know how Newcastle are going to approach this. We saw them in the game against AC Milan, and they were really, really defensive. So, and I mean really defensive, but they're away from home. So I'm going to cut them a bit of slack. You know, they're away from home. It's understandable, but they're at home now. You'd expect Newcastle to be taking the game to PSG. If they want to come out of this group, they've got to be put in the attack, you know, in their heads. What's going on here? What's AC Milan lineup doesn't want to show up for us? Hold on, people. Yeah, I mean, let me switch it in. I don't know why the AC Milan lineup's not coming up. If they're gonna be going through this group, they need to have it in their heads that they're gonna attack at some point. So we're gonna see what happens. Let me see if I can get this AC Milan team in here because it's not here. No idea why, but it should be here. Let me try and add it. All right, cool. Let's see if this comes up. Make sure you smash up the likes and subscribe if you haven't already, people. Let's see. All right, cool. Could it be a 4-4-2? It could be. That's actually a good shout. It could be. I didn't even think about that. It could actually be a 4-4-2. Very much so. Easily could be. That for me would be interesting to see. I've not seen Mbappe play left mid in a 4. So if that is the case, then I'd love to see it. But yeah, that's a little bit of a risk, that one. Because defensively, we know Mbappe. I don't know. How hard is he going to work? I haven't watched PSG a truckload this season under Enrique. Maybe he's got other plans. I don't know. Maybe he's got it figured out in terms of defensive duties. But if Mbappe is going to be left mid, he's going to have to defend. He's going to have to come back. So I'd be a little bit surprised if that was the case. I'm not going to lie. Let's see. Pulisic scoring. We're going to see. We are going to see. Let's see here. This is not playing. All right. Let's see. PSG are tearing them apart. Listen, PSG this season have had 3 games where they failed to score. So if I'm being completely honest, let me just try and restart that again. If I'm being completely honest, PSG have not always put the ball in the back of the net, guys. So I think 3 games they've drawn 0-0 this season, or 2 games. Let me see if I can get it correct for you guys, this statistic. But I'm pretty sure minimum of 2 games they've drawn 0-0 under Enrique. They have a lot of possession, but sometimes they don't go anywhere with it. Yeah, they failed to score over the weekend, just gone, and they failed to score on the opening day of the season as well. Toulouse, they drew 1-1. That was the other draw as well. 3 draws, 3 wins, and 1 defeat, which was the home game against Nice, which we did see. Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily that easy, but they've got a lot of forward attacking options on that pitch. So yeah, you would expect that they would get a goal or 2, but we're gonna have to see the way Newcastle approach it, because if Newcastle come on some mad defensive, you know, everybody behind the ball, block up the goal, then this is going to be interesting. But again, like I said, they're at home. Surely they're not going to do that because they need these points. They got they got off to a strong start. Now it's about actually going again and getting 3 points, and their home record is going to be crucial. Goes without saying. And I'm not even talking about progressing into the Champions League next round. I'm talking about just to get Europa League football out of this group. It's the group of death, so you can't expect Newcastle in their first attempts in Champions League to just absolutely go through. But if they're even going to get Europa League, they've got to be winning the home games. If they're going to park the bus at home, it's going to be tough. Nah. All of this talk of front twos, right, for Chelsea, especially with the wingers that we have, Obviously, Palmer put in really good defensive work rate there over the last match, but Mudryk, lot to learn. Madueke, lot to learn. You're going to play two up front. You're going to leave your midfield really exposed if one of those strikers aren't, you know, covering their tracks defensively. That's what I fear potentially for PSG today, especially against a midfield three of Newcastle's. I think it's Longstaff, Guimaraes, and Tonali. Like I said, someone in that PSG team is going to have to work hard, whether it's Dembele, whether it's Mbappe on one of the flanks, and then you got the two strikers as well. Someone is going to have to step up. You got the wrong game. You should have watched Leipzig versus Manchester City. We run a poll. I saw that 2-2 Atletico Madrid. Was it 2-2 in the end? 2-2 against Atletico in final. Good game. I run the poll, and people they spoke. They said, "Listen, we want to see AC Milan versus Dortmund," and I'm cool with that because, to be honest, AC Milan and Dortmund, it's a good matchup, and we do get to see Man City obviously at the weekend against Arsenal. So it's not like we're not watching them very, very soon. So I said, you know what, fair play, we'll do this one. But I will keep an eye on the Man City game. If something happens, if it kicks off just like yesterday with Arsenal, then we will be there. It's not a problem. We can easily switch TV screen, but usually when I see Manchester City go up against Leipzig, because I think it happened in a knockout stages, either last season or the season before. It could have been last season. I forget. Haaland, I think, almost broke his goal scoring record for one game in the Champions League. I think it was Messi 5, and then Haaland got 5 as well. Pep took him off. Long story short, it was too easy, right? And it seems, and I've seen it with Leipzig play Liverpool as well. Regardless of what they're doing in the Bundesliga, when this Leipzig team come to the Champions League and they play one of the top English teams, they just fold. They just fold. They open sesame. They don't defend properly. And obviously, Rodri is available as well for Manchester City. So that was a little part of me thinking Man City probably get back down to business and will handle that game pretty comfortably. I watched Leipzig against Bayern Munich as well. And again, surrendered a 2-goal lead. Defensively, there's question marks. I think Man City will put them to the sword. But we'll see. Maybe Man City will carry on what happened against Wolves, and they'll show signs of dropping off a little bit. We'll see. But like I said, with Leipzig, I can't trust them, man. When they play these English teams, they're too open, way too open. These German teams. I'm gonna get predictions going in just a second. I'm just trying to get this AC Milan lineup up there. I don't know why it's not up because I did put it up already, but it is what it is. I'm going to redo it, and hopefully it will come up on the screen for you guys. There is no Loftus-Cheek for AC Milan as well. Just putting it out there. Rest of the former Chelsea players are there. Pulisic's there, Leao's there, not former, but still a star. Giroud's there, Tomori's there as well. But there is no Loftus-Cheek. He's out injured at the moment for AC Milan, so don't expect to see him today because it's not going to happen. All right, cool. Let me see if I can get this up. I don't know why it's not showing up today. Yeah. Will the English teams disgrace us like last night? Still not over it. It's going to be very difficult for that watch along to be topped. What happened last night was just insane. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Both of those games, I was definitely expecting the English sides to handle business, and they didn't. And also, yes, we're going to talk about this World Cup. Yeah, I mean, more than how many countries hosting? Is it 3 countries hosting the World Cup after the American World Cup? They've got currently 3 teams hosting: Morocco, Portugal, and Spain. I mean, I don't know. This is, for me, it's got to a point now where it's too much greed from FIFA. I get it. You want to make your money. You put it in Qatar. You want to make your money. You put it in Saudi. Saudi are now bidding as well for, I think, 2030 something, 32. Fair enough. Get your money. But can we please just have one nation at a time? It's going to be so difficult for fans to travel to these games and go around to as many games as possible when they've got them in not all around the country, all the different countries, 3 countries. I mean, it's borderline impossible to get that done. So I think it's a bit of a mess, to be honest, but it's not a surprise. It is FIFA. This is what they do. But it's a massive shame, I think, for the people, because that's too much. And Uruguay, is it Uruguay, Argentina, and Paraguay are free continents? Oh dear. Oh yeah, because obviously African continent, European, and South American. So I read this right. Uruguay, Argentina, and Paraguay are going to host the opening games. Did I read that correctly? Not even 3 countries. Sorry, 3 continents. Oh my days, this is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. We've already got 3 countries actually in the next one. I think it's Canada, USA, and Mexico. Oh wow. Well, I mean, that's just ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. Honestly, I mean, come on, man. That's just taking it too far, to be honest. That's just insane. There's no need for that whatsoever. There's no need for that. 3 different continents. Whose idea was that? Now, I think the rule is, right, all of those guys qualify. All of those nations qualify. So now you've got, what, 6 nations all going to qualify for the Champions League, for the World Cup, regardless of what they do. They don't have to do the qualifiers. So they're going to qualify automatically. 6 of them. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's not gonna really feel like a World Cup. Why? They get the opening 3 games. Mess. Ridiculous. I don't know what. That's just gonna be a mess of a World Cup. I hope that goes down poorly and it never happens again, because that's gonna be just awful. Can't lie. That's gonna be awful. Such a mess. 3 continents. They want us to take the Eurostar to Africa and then South America. Predictions for PSG. Newcastle versus PSG. It's tough because we don't know how PSG are going to approach this. No, sorry, we don't know how Newcastle are going to approach this. I'm gonna go with a 2. No, I'm gonna go with a 2-1 PSG win. 2-1 PSG win. I think Newcastle will come out. I think they will show a little bit of something to them, but I think they'll pay the price for that, and PSG will catch them on the break. I don't think Newcastle will park it, but I could be wrong. If they do park it, then we're in for a long night, because last time they did that, like I said, it was a bit of an eyesore. But hopefully that's not the case. Why is it just constantly these things just never seem to want to work properly? It's so frustrating. I've set it all up correctly. But yeah. 3-2 Mbappe hat-trick. Hopefully it's just a great game. A memorable game. Do you know what I mean? Newcastle, realistically, let's be honest, they're not going to win the Champions League. So we're not looking at them to go and do a madness in that respect. But at the bare minimum, just get some good games in there. It's at home. You're playing up against your probably biggest team in the group. You're going up against them in front of your own fans. The ultras have arrived as well. I saw the pre-match fans doing a madness on the main road. Bare minimum, can we get a good game? All that hype, and then to get a bad game would be a little bit of a disappointment. Why is Dembele starting too expensive for the bench? He's starting in the right mid position. So yeah, someone in the chat was saying to me 4-4-2. Let's see how that works. I mean, like I said, I have massive questions over that defensively. Enrique, I'm interested to see how his team play football, because I know for Spain it was, heavy possession based, and it was quite methodical and slow. And let's see how it does for PSG. But that's a tall order to play a 4-4-2 away at Newcastle with those guys on the flanks. I'm not sure about that. Let's see. Who do I think will win AFCON? I've not gone through the squads. Have the squad? When will the squads be announced? That's when I can really give a bit of an opinion. I need to see when these squads get announced. They play top football. Okay. Yeah, I need to see these squads announced. There we go. It's all working perfectly now. Sorry, I'll read this as well, but I'm gonna come back to that. Let me know when the squads are announced. That's key. Obviously, I've seen everybody's been talking about Nigeria's attacking force as well. Their attacking options is insane. Try to look at it from these countries' perspective. Don't worry about how many games a fan from England gets to. There are fans from countries dream of going to a game. It's narcissistic. No, I'm not talking about English fans at all. I don't don't really care about whether it's English fans or who. It's for all football fans. It's very difficult to make the trip from South America to Europe to Africa for one tournament, right? You're not thinking about it from a travels perspective with flights. You're not thinking about it from a hotel perspective. It's already going to cost an absolute fortune because they're going to absolutely take the mick with the fact that it's the World Cup in those times. You explain to me which football fan that benefits. Going to 3 different continents for one tournament instead of staying in one country or countries close to each other, like we have for the American one, or, you know, even that's going to be very difficult. But you explain to me how that helps the football fans. Because if you're trying to tell me that FIFA have done this for the football fans and they're thinking with the fan in mind, then you've lost it, mate. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're quite close, but South America isn't close. That's the problem. South America's on the other side of the world. So why have they done that? That's why they're doing it in multiple countries, so continents, so each country get to see their team. I mean, yeah, I guess you could look at it like that. But that's a strange way to do a World Cup for me. That's a strange way to do a World Cup. Usually it would just be in one place and everybody will flock to that place and see it. But yeah, I've seen South Americans make that trip, man. They've made that trip before. For the Club World Cup, they went all the way out to, where was it? I think it was in, was that in Abu Dhabi? I think, I'm not sure. Why not just do one of the continents each year? We get the first 3 games. I don't know. For me, that's why it's rotated. That's why it's rotated between the countries for each time that the World Cup's done. It's just going to be weird, but let's see how it goes. Why don't just league give 10% of revenue to FIFA and UEFA and get rid of the friendly nation league? Unnecessary. Yeah, too many games. You know how I feel about the Nations League. You know how I feel about the Nations League. I'm not a fan. I don't watch it. I think it's quite pointless for me personally. We were there in 2012. That game last night was pure comedy. Estepinan's injured. He can't play for a long time. What's happened with Estepinan? How long is he out for? Didn't know that. Yeah. It's a strange one. However, lads, we need this win at least. So Newcastle fans are targeting a win here. Okay, well, at least you're not scared of PSG. You're brave. I like it. Because this is the first time you've been in this position for a very long time. 1 month or less, according to De Zerbi. That's not that bad. I thought you were going to tell me 3 or 4 or 5 months. Yeah, and they even tried to make it every 2 years. It needs to stay every 4 years, 100%. Olympics is enough. No need for international cups. Yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, I just feel like just keep it all in one place, man. Just keep it all in one place. That's what makes it, you know, unique and special to each tournament. You think about the World Cup that happened in Brazil. The vibe was just the same throughout. It was their tournament. They got to, that was their time. That was South America's time. Do you know what I mean? Same with South Africa. That was their time. Not kind of everybody getting bits and pieces. And for me, just give whoever you're giving the tournament to, give it to them. Let them really, really enjoy it. Let them really take over the whole thing. Give them that responsibility to host a World Cup. That's what hosting the World Cup's meant to be all about. And for me, on top of it, having 6 teams go through is ridiculous. I mean, that's just too many nations going through on an automatic. That's way too many nations. It's crazy. Russia World Cup as well. Because it will help these countries massively in terms of financially. The amount of jobs it creates, all these things in the local areas is massive. But like I said, I think if you keep it to one, let them really focus on it. I think it's always better than just trying to split it up. Let's see. Now, in 10 years' time, we've got to talk about the World Cup hosted by Uruguay, Morocco, Spain, Portugal. Who else is on that list? 2 other teams on that list as well. Oh dear. Let's see. But yeah, lineups on the screen, people. Newcastle starting 11, PSG starting 11 on screen. Yeah, listen, that would be mad. What have Paraguay done to get automatic qualification? Let's see. I feel like Dortmund have stifled. Interesting. I mean, he's on the bench today. I'm a little bit surprised. Him and Adeyemi's on the bench as well. The guy that scored against Chelsea last season ran in behind and made a mockery of our defense. Two young, promising forwards. And I'm looking at that Dortmund forward line, and I'm not thinking to myself, listen, I don't know the striker actually too well. But I'm not looking at the forward line thinking, how can they not get in? It's not like it has what it used to have with the Haalands and the Bellinghams and Sancho when he was there on his top form. So Pulisic as well, obviously, way before. So it feels like a forward line they should be able to break into. I don't know if the manager doesn't trust them or what it is, but with all of the hype that was around them, you know, young players, and Dortmund are usually really good at giving young players opportunities. But I think this average age starting 11 is around about 27. Haaler's on the bench as well, yeah. So usually they integrate their young players quite a bit, but I don't know what's going on in these two because they're not playing, it seems. Where should Sancho go? Maybe back to Dortmund. I'm not going to lie. Maybe back to Dortmund. I don't know where he's going to go. His wages are astronomical, so it's going to be difficult. It's going to be very, very difficult. I'll have to see. Let's see. What else is being said? I'm going to run. I haven't run the poll yet, have I? No, I haven't. Let me do that. Yeah, I've seen Reece James' suspension, guys. I saw that. No worries there. That's brilliant. He's been suspended for the game against Burnley on Saturday. I don't think he was even fit to play anyway. So he's going to be fine for the Arsenal game after the international break. So it literally doesn't get any better than that, to be honest. So that's great news. It's actually better that they suspend him now as soon as possible. If they were going to suspend him anyway, so he's available for the game against Arsenal because that's when we actually need him back. And Gusto is suspended, is it, for one more match as well against Burnley? So it looks like Cucurella will have to play, and then both the right backs will be available for the game against Arsenal. So all good, all good. Chilwell being out for 2 months is the real headline. That's the real headline. That's the real peak news. All right, let's see. But yeah, that couldn't have gone any better. If they had waited and given him the ban on Monday, he wouldn't be able to play against Arsenal, and that would be peak. Barca. I don't know why Barca's name always gets brought up with these players. They just got Felix. One at a time. Resurrect one career at a time. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm trying to resurrect 3-4 careers at once. Just do one at a time. Mad. Bro, he's going to have to half his wages minimum. Minimum 50% cut if he's going to go somewhere. Big up, brother. Big up. How do these men like Felix and Sancho fall upwards? Because before they've gone to their Atletico Madrids and Manchester United respectively, they've shown that they got talent. So it's too early to give up on them completely. I mean, I was a big fan of Felix at Benfica, 79 shirt. He was balling out in the Europa League campaign for them before he went to Atletico Madrid for that mad fee. And what happened at Atletico Madrid was insane, but it didn't really make me think that the talent is gone. I'm not going to lie. It didn't really make me think that he's finished. And I'm glad that Barcelona have made the move, and it seems like he's starting to pick himself up again. Sancho could be another one. I think Sancho maybe in the Premier League is a tough one because it's very fast paced. But I think Sancho in a slower league could easily cook again. I really do think so. I think he could easily cook again. If he were to go to like a Serie A or maybe back to Bundesliga where the space is there again, I think he could easily go back to cooking. As long as his mindset is right and he's training correctly and everything, he's back to being as professional as possible. I think he could easily go back and start cooking, no problem. But he does need to make that move in January, 100%, because his Man United career is finished. Well, I guess so. They split it up because these countries can't spend the money for the World Cup on their own. It's pretty expensive. That's fair. That's fair. That's the only point for me that would make sense. That's the only point that would make sense. Let's see. Which team was like even in the need for a left winger? There's a lot of top, and the thing is, there's a lot of top left wingers around. In his position, you look at KK, you look at Liao. There's some top left wingers around. So yeah, I don't think he'd be at the top of anybody's wish list, at least not the top clubs anyway. But let's run this poll. When is Lavia back? I'm not too sure. I think he's still in rehabilitation. I'm not 100% sure. Newcastle versus PSG predictions. So it takes so long to get these graphics going in order, but they are now running smoothly. Draw and PSG win. Back four, airtight. Hernandez at left back for PSG. Donnarumma's in goal. Hakimi starts as well. And then you've also got Marquinhos as well. And Shakira as well at centre back. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Big up. Big up. Sancho to Inter. Mad. 2-0 to PSG. Get your votes in. Get your votes in. So let's take a look. Call up Inter or Leverkusen. Xabi Alonso. He took Hudson-Odoi and it didn't work. Didn't work. Agate, like I said, on SofaScore, the way it's kind of written is Agate with Dembele on the right side of the three and Emery on the left side of the three. Now, a lot of guys said it's 4-4-2. So if it is a 4-4-2, it's going to be very entertaining because then we're going to have Ramos and Muani up front. And I'd like to see how that goes because I've never seen those two play together. I've never seen those two play together up front. So keep an eye on that. But like I said, Mbappe, I think Muani is pretty comfortable playing in the wide areas. So, because he's a bit of a dribbler and he likes to, get into the half spaces. He's a bit of a different forward to Ramos. So I think that could potentially work anyway with him on the wing. For Newcastle, Almiron starts again after his performance, I think, over the weekend. Really good. Isak as well got on the goal scoring sheet. Gordon. We've also got the normal midfield three that we went through before. Obviously, Longstaff, Guimaraes, and Tonali. Back four, Sarr, Lascelles. Missing Botman, Burns there, Trippier and Pope. So they're missing Botman tonight. Big miss. Jacob Murphy's on the bench. Lewis Hall's on the bench. Livermento's on the bench. They're missing Harvey Barnes. They're missing Callum Wilson. They're missing Joe Linton. And they're missing Joe Willock. There's quite a few injuries for Newcastle coming into this game. Their bench is quite weak. Their bench doesn't have the same firepower that it does when everyone's fit. It's quite a weak bench for Newcastle. So bear that in mind. PSG's bench, decent. Barcola's there, obviously from Lyon signed. Keylor Navas, of course, is there as well. Fabian Luiz is there. Sola's there. Again, not a crazy high level bench, but Newcastle really, really suffering with injuries. And yeah, like I said, there's no Loftus-Cheek today for AC Milan. He's out injured. I want to take a look at City's team as well. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. He's the one to watch. Midweek games caught up to Newcastle. It ain't easy. Where are they in the Premier League actually at the moment? They've won a couple of games back to back. Obviously, absolutely battered Sheffield United. Won on the weekend as well. They're up to 8th, 12 points from 7. Not bad. And they had a pretty tough start as well. Let me take a look at Man City's team. They're playing against Leipzig tonight. We will see if Leipzig put up any sort of fight for that one. If something happens, I'll have it up on the screen. Let's see. Let's see. Leipzig. I'm going to go through those questions in the comments, not to worry. 1 second. For Manchester City, I don't have this on screen. Edison, Vardiel, Diaz, Akanji, Walker, Rico Lewis starts. Rodri's back. Silva, Foden, Grealish, and Haaland up front for Manchester City. Poulsen is starting for Leipzig. Forsberg starting as well. Xavi Simons is starting as well. Don't know where Timo Werner is again. Sesko on the bench. Timo Werner's on the bench as well. lot of striker options. Why Sesko can't start? Is that they're slowly integrating Sesko? I've so much heard about him from Salzburg days, and he's not starting for Leipzig, which is a bit disappointing. But that seems to be a common thing. Man City's bench is stacked. Let me tell you this now. It's stacked. Doku, Alvarez, Nunes, Kovacic, Ake, Stones, and then Phillips, Oscar, Bob, Gomez. But some serious experience on that bench. 2 attackers, 2 midfielders, and 2 defenders, you could say. 6 players there that are senior. Phillips cost a lot of money. Doesn't really get spoken about, but he's there too. They've definitely probably almost given up on him at this point. All right, let's see. He's always coming from the bench. Yeah, Sesko seems to always come from the bench. Yeah, he does. Paulson's obviously got a lot more experience. They seem to be trying to balance it out. They got a new striker as well from Lens. And then Wahi replaced him and scored yesterday. No career mode, please. Recall Lukaku. Absolutely not. Hear me out. Sancho joins Roma to team up with Tammy and Lukaku and Dybala. Off the ball, that sounds like a mess, bro. I can't lie. if that front four started off the ball, I don't know what would happen there. Team would get cut through. And they lost Matic as well recently. I think it was last summer that they lost him. Who do you start against? Burnley, Jackson, or Broja? About to get tasty. So Jackson just suspended for that one game, wasn't it? 5 yellow cards. Listen, I'll speak about it more in the preview in depth, but I'm pretty happy with either, bro. I'm pretty happy with either. I'd probably lean more towards Jackson purely because Broja is just coming off an injury and he pulled up a little bit in the last game. So as long as it depends on the medical team. If he's past fit to start and he's fine to start, or he needs to play 30 minutes or whatever, I'm just very cautious over Broja right now, not to just start, running him into the ground, because we need to make sure he's absolutely 100% fit. He was kind of forced to play last game because of Sterling being ill, but yeah, I'm happy with either, bro. I like both the players, but we'll speak more about it in the preview. Let's see. Sancho under Joe's. I can't imagine. Thoughts? I'm going whoever. Best of luck. Let's see. Tuchel second. No, I mean Bayern Munich last night. I didn't get to watch Bayern Munich against Copenhagen, but they just about managed to make it through on I don't know when the second goal was scored, but I think it was a 2-1 slight little last minute. When was the second goal scored? It looked like a tight game, but they obviously went a goal down. We all reacted. We had our attentions focused on Arsenal because they were losing at Lens and we had to go over there. Man United were having an absolute stinker as well. This 2-1 win was courtesy of Choupo-Moting, 87th minute. Yeah, so it was a late winner. The way I've been watching Bayern Munich this season, I can't see it personally. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what it's down to, because I know in the transfer window on the last couple of days, he wanted a centre-back and he wanted Paulinho and all these things. But that team is not playing to the level it should be. I've watched them a few times this season. They're awful defensively. They give away so many chances. You saw it against Manchester United. You saw it against Leipzig twice now this season as well. Those are the games I've watched. Harry Kane's banging in the goals. They're still acclimatizing to each other. Sane, Gnabry, Kane is still, getting through its teething problems. But defensively, they're just a bit of a mess. So I don't know what's going on. Tell's coming off the bench and impacting all the time, which is good. But yeah, like I said, for me, defensively, they're just not. You have to remember, Tuchel's. I don't know about the PSG one as much, because obviously that was a freak front three, right? Messi and Neymar and all these guys. No, sorry. Who is the front three? It was Neymar, Mbappe, and it wasn't Messi. I don't think he was there for Tuchel. But they had an incredible attack. Let's put it like that. The Chelsea's Champions League win under Tuchel was based upon the defense being brilliant, right? It was a airtight defense. I think they set records for goals conceded, right, in the Champions League in the knockout stages. Mendy and Rudiger and Christensen and Silva, Chilwell and Reece James. It was airtight. It was Di Maria. That's it. Yeah, Di Maria. Icardi, was he part of it as well? Yeah. Cavani. So yeah, like I said, this is a ridiculous attack. You're talking about, Neymar. You're talking about Mbappe. You're talking about Di Maria, Icardi. These are top forwards. So that was built on the attack, but the Chelsea one was built on the defense, and that defense is not looking very airtight to me. So it's going to it's going to take time for me to put them in that type of conversation. I think they need to focus on getting together a little bit in the league, let alone the Champions League. Walk before you can run, kind of thing. Because they're not even top of the Bundesliga, I don't think, at the moment. Let's see. Who do I want to win? Who do I want to win it? Good question. I'm not going to say, obviously not an English club. That goes without saying. I think only Newcastle could win it, and I'd be really happy for them. I don't think any of the other ones, I don't want them to win it. So maybe Newcastle, but that's not going to happen, unfortunately. AC Milan as well. I like AC Milan. I've not made a secret of that because of obviously all the former Chelsea players there. So I'd like AC Milan to do it. Not really too fussed on the other Italian clubs too much. Spain, I don't really care if Real Madrid do it. It's become numb. I'm numb to it now. I see it every single year. So Real Madrid winning it is nothing. Barcelona, preferably not. And Germany, Bayern, yeah, like I said, wouldn't be bothered, but don't see it happening. PSG, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind PSG either. I don't really mind. I don't have any beef with these teams, so it's okay. If they win it, they win it. Real Madrid for Jude Bellingham. I mean, if they can get a striker in January, and I'm talking about, and I don't know if the rules have changed because obviously we spoke about it yesterday. People were saying maybe Victor Osimhen, but he's obviously at Napoli. I think if you join, the new rules are in January, you can still register yourself for the second part of the Champions League. Correct me if I'm wrong. How long is he out for? Because someone said under a month, but now it's another person saying a long, lengthy injury for Estepanan. So I kind of want to get a time span on this. But yeah, for me, they need to get a striker if they're gonna. It's Real Madrid, so you can never discount them. But I find it tough to think that a Joselu can lead them to a Champions League win. If they do it with him, I'll be like, all right, cool. This is a next level of next level heritage. But they need to fine tune that striker position a bit more, because I don't think Rodrigo and Vinny as a front two is quite what it needs to be. I think the middleman there needs to be able to link up the attack, just like Benzema. You got two goal scoring wide players running in behind. They're quick, they're pacey, they're they've got tricks. You just need to have that guy that links it all together, brings the whole attack together. Bellingham's running beyond him as well. I think if they get the right striker of a profile that, like I said, can kind of play. Harry Kane would have been perfect. I mean, if Harry Kane had gone to Real Madrid instead of Bayern Munich, I'm kind of perplexed that Real Madrid didn't go in for him, because I think Harry Kane up front for Real Madrid with Vinicius and Rodrigo going either side, and then maybe even Endrick as well when he joins in 2024, because, you know, I'd assume he'd be able to hopefully play off those wide areas. I haven't watched him. But Harry Kane in the middle with those young Brazilians around him and Bellingham, wrap it up. It would have been insane. Julian Alvarez is an interesting shout. Yeah, that's a shout. If Real Madrid make a move for him, I think, I don't know. He does play quite a few games at City now. He's not really a bench person, I'd say now. He does play him and Haaland together as a partnership quite often. I think Pep has clocked that. Listen, this guy, he's a bit too good to be chilling on the bench every single week, or we might lose him before too long. So he's playing quite a bit. But if Real Madrid came in for him, you know, South America, would he be able to say no? Probably not. He probably is untouchable to Man City, but if Real Madrid come in, would the player keep his mouth shut? I don't know. It'd be tough. But he's only just moved there as well, so it's probably maybe too soon. Can we still say Ligue 1 is a farmers' league? I've always tried to stray away from calling it that, purely because so much talent comes from that league, and we always take, as the Premier League, we take so much talent from that league. They must be decent, you know. If they can't really be a bad league if you know, if we're always going there for players. Not to mention the fact that Man City have also just done 5 and 6, so that also is very Ligue 1, very Juventus domination in Serie A, very Bundesliga Bayern. So until the Premier League starts to share that title around a bit more, I think it's a bit hypocritical for us to call anybody a farmers' league, to be honest. You know, we be giving up on the title in September. That's how one-way traffic this is over here. And to be honest, in the French league at the moment, it's anything other than you know, PSG running away with it. I think the French league table at the moment, as it stands, PSG are down in 5th, 2 points off Monaco. There's 4 teams ahead of them in this first 7 games. Last season, I believe it wasn't actually much of a gap. Again, Lens who played Arsenal yesterday, beat them, only finished a point behind them in the title race, which is just insane. I don't really feel like I was in tune with that as much as I should have been. I was really focused on the Bundesliga last year, which obviously went down to the final day as well. These two leagues, Farmers Leagues, went down to the last day. Premier League didn't. Arsenal fell away. So if England win the Euros, can Bellingham win the Ballon d'Or before Mbappe and Haaland? He has the best PR English plus Madrid. I don't think English helps your PR. I think usually it's for Ballon d'Or. I don't think English really does much for your PR. But for Madrid, yes, Real Madrid will help your PR massively. Biggest club in the world. You're performing at the biggest club in the world. You are going to get a lot of shine, a lot of airtime. So yeah, listen, he's set himself up nicely. Can he do it? I don't know. I think it depends on the Champions League, I think, because Haaland, Mbappe, Bellingham, that's where they all face off. If England win the Euros, it's hard for me to really envision that with Southgate. I feel like England winning the Euros, they've come close, but I can't quite bring myself to envision it actually happening. If it does happen, it will certainly help his cause, but I think the Champions League will play a big part in that as well. If he leads Real Madrid to a Champions League win, that will go down massively because Mbappe and Haaland are competing for that trophy as well. Haaland, of course, I mean, Euros is going to be tough for him with Norway, but there's some good players coming through actually in the Norwegian national team now. So hopefully they actually start to become a team that kind of like the Belgium team were, where it's a nation where you don't really expect all this, expectation and hope to come from. But, once you get the right generation together and you propel them, you actually might stand a chance. So if Norway can get to that level, that would be good. That would be good because then we'd really be able to judge Haaland in these major tournaments a little bit more. But it's hard to see the midfielder getting over the two strikers because the two strikers have the ability to go and bang in 40, 50 goals a season for their clubs. And Bellingham is not going to do that. So again, it's all about the voting not being based on just GA or just based on the popularity. There's got to be more depth to it, which is it's a tall order to ask in these ceremonies. Let's be honest. There's been some absolute robberies over the years. So we read that one out. Big up, brother. Big up. I'm very good. Yes. Today's been a good day. It's been a good day. Had the fun opportunity of going to the Zone. Kind of was a random call up, but we went to the Zone today, filmed some stuff with them. Kind of practiced my script reading, I guess, which was fun. Because I do everything I try to do everything in one take as a content creator, but following a script is you gotta remember like an actor and shit. Whereas I'm usually more off the cuff and I've prepared my notes and then I can just speak on it, freeball it. It doesn't need to be word for word. When you're reading off a script, it's a little bit more different, a little bit more difficult. But we got there in the end, got it done. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, we haven't actually spoken about this whole Jurgen Klopp. 10 minutes till kickoff, guys. 10 minutes. We haven't actually spoken about this whole Jurgen Klopp demanding a replay thing today. We obviously heard the audio clips yesterday when we listened to them on the channel. Then we obviously seen today that Jurgen Klopp has asked for a replay. I don't think he has asked in a serious tone. I don't think he actually expects to get a replay. I think he's purely done it just to try and highlight the magnitude of the fuck up, to try and emphasize just how angry he is, because he's, it's literally unknown for anybody to call for a replay. He's not going to get it. You can't do replays. That sets a horrible precedent. And a replay is not going to help the situation. And you do a replay and Liverpool still lose. What now? Do you know what I mean? Okay, yeah, we've given them another bite at the cherry. At the end of the day, what really needs to happen is that they just need to stop making these errors. You can make errors on red cards, you can make errors on red cards and, things that are still maybe debatable and up to the opinion of the person that is watching it on the replay, even though, certain times it's blatantly obvious it's a red card, but it's more opinionated. It's not fact if it's a red card, really. You're going by the rule book, but sometimes it's, nip and tuck. The Jones one, people argue one way, they argue the other. It depends on how you see the game. It depends on so many factors, right? But the offside is like clear cut. It's right and wrong, basically. So I think for me, the easiest thing to do is just get the semi-automated system that we saw in the World Cup. That just alleviates all of this drama. You don't have to ever deal with officials having to make decisions on offsides again. You get the technology in, it determines. We move on. Also, a replay. You have to give fans what? Fans have to buy tickets again. What? How does that work? Do you know what I mean? You take 3 points off Tottenham. They didn't do anything wrong. Do you know what I mean? Tottenham didn't do anything wrong in that game. They didn't call the offside wrong, right? So you're punishing them. It for me, it just makes no sense. You know, makes no sense. The only people you can punish are the people that made the decision in the first place, which is the officials. Fine them, take them off duty for I don't know how long, whatever. That's the people that need the repercussions, not Tottenham. That's coming from a Chelsea fan. Let's see. We ain't got time to replay every match, man. The fixture list and the fixture schedule is already congested as is. When are they going to replay this game? Yeah, there's no time to replay nothing. St. James's Park is on fire. Well, it's on an ad break at the moment, but once it's on my screen, I'll be able to back you up on it. I want to see it, man. I'm looking forward to this game. Let's see. I'm going to close predictions for that as well. Let me see if I can get this up. What channel is the Dortmund AC Milan game? I'm guessing TNT are covering it. Let's close this poll. PSG got 59% vote on that poll. I'm going to ask on Dortmund versus AC Milan. Let's see. Such a shame that Loftus-Cheek is not playing, man. But it's another injury, just like yesterday for Ziyech, another injury. But this is, it's annoying because it's like, now that we're getting so many injuries without the injury-prone players, we have to ask ourselves, who's really the problem? Is it the players getting all these injuries and they're injury-prone? Or is it the medical team? Or what is it? Is it the training methods? Can't really be because we've had so many managers that would have done things differently along the way. Like, what is the actual problem? You know? Or is it just nothing to do with us and it's just congestion of fixtures and just too many games? I don't know. I did see a part of it. Yes, I didn't go through the whole thing, but it seemed like a really nice statement from him. But that doesn't surprise me. He's clearly a Chelsea fan. He's captain in the club. It doesn't really get any better than that for him, to be honest. And he's playing well. No, he was only joking. He's being sarcastic. But yeah, I was on BR. I got BR commitments after Chelsea games. Bleacher Report. Some people would have seen me on there, see me retweeting the stuff as well on Twitter. So yeah, I got Bleacher Report commitments after Chelsea games. Let's see. Okay. All right. I don't know what channel the Dortmund AC Milan game is, but I'm going to put on TNT 3 for now, because I think 1 and 2 get the English clubs, and then we'll see what happens from there. But we'll get the timers up ready in 5 minutes, and hopefully we can get this. We can find that game. Dortmund are cheeks. I hope today. I mean, that doesn't surprise me because they've been losing key player after key player after key player every single year. So that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. I think I looked in the league table in the Bundesliga, they're like 5th or something like that. So yeah, listen, that doesn't surprise me. But hopefully today they put up some sort of. The only thing I can guarantee with a German team in the Champions League is usually they give goals, whether it's goals against or goals for. There's goals in the game because of the way that their football's played. There is no low block. There is no defending. There is no batten down the hatches. It's just attack, 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 and it's just open end to end. You know, this is the way of the German football. So I just know I'm getting a good game. Same will apply to City. There'll be goals in that game as well, but I just think there'll be absolutely. I think it will just be a one way traffic, especially after what happened at the weekend. I think there's going to be a bounce back kind of siege mentality as well. Leipzig are good. They are. They're better than Dortmund at the moment. They are, man. But let's see, because I'm gonna watch City on the weekend. But we can pivot to that game if we absolutely have to as well, if things go left. I've got to support my former players at AC Milan, Pulisic, Tomori. Hopefully no red card. I'm just looking at the Newcastle atmosphere that you guys were telling me about, and it is insane. I can see Joe Hart, and that's Celtic, so that's not the game that I was looking for. But That's the goals show, I think. Dortmund, yes, it's on 4. Dortmund versus AC Milan's on TNT 4. Celtic are playing Lazio, that's on 3. Porto versus Barcelona is a good game as well. You'd imagine. It's a good game. But yeah, the Newcastle stadium is absolutely rocking, guys. It's mad. It's absolute mad. Carnage out there. I wish I was kind of there. I'm not gonna lie. I think Abby's actually gone there. She's doing work with Uefa, so Abby's out there right now, and that's gonna be insane to be at that game. That's gonna be insane. That's the kind of game that I wouldn't mind vlogging. I wouldn't mind vlogging that game and showing you guys, because that's a unique atmosphere there. Lens yesterday against Arsenal was probably a similar type. Any of these clubs that are opening the Champions League for the first time in a long time, or the first time in their history, look at the atmosphere. This is insane, man. Just take that in. Take that in. What is going on at Newcastle? Look at that. These men are gonna cherish this, bro. And it's not like they're playing like a young boys, no disrespect. They're playing a PSG, so it's a big night. They get to hear the whole anthem. I can't turn it on, obviously, for copyright, which is a shame. But they're going to get to hear the whole Champions League anthem at St. James's Park. Mbappe lining up. I'm glad he's available as well, because there was some talk that Mbappe wouldn't be available for this game and he might be injured. But he is available and he is starting, which is good news, because I want to see the best players. This is going to be mad. I've got Dortmund, AC Milan lining up there as well. Dortmund goes without saying, their atmosphere is insane. As always, I've got to get to a Dortmund game one time in this life, man. So yeah, let's see how that goes. Smash up the likes, guys, if you haven't already. Subscribe as well. Let's see. Not far from kickoff now, a couple of minutes. Couple of minutes till kickoff. We are not far away. Okay. Going through the lineups now. There we go. Going to be switching over to the scoreboards. Dunk on Mbappe's head. Let's go Newcastle. I hope Newcastle win. I do. I hope Newcastle win. Big city, big support. They've gone through the shit. They've been relegated multiple times, I think. Is it multiple times? Under Shearer and can't remember the other. I think they've definitely been relegated a few times. They've gone through the shit and they've come out the other side, man. Now they won the lottery, which I can definitely relate to, and and they're in the Champions League. So I hope they win. I hope they absolutely pull off a madness. Yeah, the yellow wall is crazy, man. Make no mistake, Dortmund is not a joke. It's not a joke out there. Dortmund. Need them for coefficient points from the 2 tonight after last night. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it all decide on how far the English teams get. Manchester United are not looking good. Arsenal will get through, so I'm not really worried about Arsenal, to be honest. But Man United are not looking good for their progression into the knockout stages. 0 points from 6. And Copenhagen, I didn't get to see the game, but the fact that they took Bayern Munich to a 2-1 and it was competitive until the last few minutes tells me that maybe, especially in Denmark, they might actually cause Manchester United some problems. And if they do, and Manchester United don't beat Copenhagen, and I mean, you need to beat them 2 out of 2. There is no drop in points against Copenhagen. If they don't beat Copenhagen and get 6 points from the 2 games, they're going out. I think that's guaranteed. They're going out for me. So they have to get 6 points out of the next 2 games, and then they finish with Galatasaray and with Bayern Munich. And then we'll see. But it's going to be they've made it very difficult for themselves, because losing to Galatasaray at home when you still have to play them away is mad. Very mad. And they need Copenhagen to take points off of those other teams now. You know, I don't know if What was the score in the? Oh, we've kicked off in one of the games. What was the score in the Copenhagen Galatasaray game in the first game? Because whatever that is, we need to. That will help. All right, cool. We're gonna get the timers going anyway. Just get these up on screen. Okay, yeah, Newcastle PSG kicked off as well. Let's see. I'm going to get the timer up now. Okay, let's get this up on screen. Okay, that's the wrong one. But yeah, if Galatasaray beat Copenhagen, I'll check the chat in a minute. I'm sure you've already told me. If Galatasaray beat Copenhagen, then that's not good for Man United. It's not good news at all. Okay. The font is obviously in white. That doesn't help. Okay. All right, so time's going to be up now. Let's get this up on the screen. There we go. Cool. Okay, let's see. What's being said? Copenhagen didn't lose in their stadium since 2013. Broken only yesterday by Bayern. They drew a City in. What? That statistic is crazy. 2-2 Galatasaray. Okay. Well, I mean, their home record is telling us that it's going to be a madness when United go there. It's a shame. Hairline looked good. Hairline's the only one that can leave that pitch. I can't lie. Hairline's the only one that can leave that pitch because he's the one that got his 2 goals and could have, almost had 3. So he'll be fine. Everybody else, though, is in trouble. 2-1 Milan win with Pulisic goal. Oh, nice. I like it. Pulisic back at his old club. I didn't even clock that. I didn't even deep it. That's a very good point. I did not even deep it. Okay, so Newcastle are just winning that header from Pope's clearance. So I'm just taking a look at PSG's shape to begin with. Dembele's on the right-hand side. Mbappe's come central. And I think Muani is out on the left wing. Ramos in the middle. So it could be a 4-4-2, but it actually might be Muani on the left wing, who probably is more likely to track back, I think, than Mbappe. And I think it's fair to say. And then Ramos is next to Mbappe up top, potentially. Obviously, Mbappe prefers the left wing. So let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes. PSG in possession. Which one goals? Ball over the top. Dembele. Is Dembele still on 0 GA at PSG since he joined? Because I saw that statistic as well. I think it was last week I saw that. Dembele on 0 GA since he joined. And he missed some big chances in the last game I watched for PSG. Jeez. That guy, I don't know what's wrong with Dembele's finishing. He's both-footed, but his finishing is so meaty. And it's the proper one-on-ones, and he's missing some massive chances. He's doing it at Barcelona as well. He's got some Hall of Shame collection of misses. Such a talented player, but can't seem to put the ball in the back of the net when asked. Kolo plays more central. Yeah, I would assume Mbappe will be left and Kolo will be in the middle because obviously one's a striker and the other one's been begging to play left wing for years. But defensively, like I said, I don't know. But to be honest, Newcastle's back 4. The fullbacks probably won't really go forward. Dan Burn is not really going to overlap on the left. And Trippier will probably behave himself and stay back as well, considering the strikers. I think PSG have almost put on that many forwards to scare Newcastle and to stop them from pressing up the pitch and to kind of put them on the back foot without even kicking a ball. Mbappe is on the left wing now. Here he is on the ball. Chips it, back post, Dembele. Oh, there's your chance. There's your chance. Very close. Inches wide from Dembele, just past the post. Just past the post. We were just speaking on it. It's actually a good connection that he made there, but not enough. Great ball from Mbappe. He hit that cleanly, but it's not enough. Wide of the post. Wide off the mark. Damn. Almost 1-0 to PSG. Would have been a terrible start for Newcastle. Got to get themselves back on track immediately. Crazy. Big up everybody in the building. Ganacho kid has been born. Bro has 2 weak foot. Man said bro has 2 weak foot. God damn. Dortmund are coming forward. Left side. Cleared away. Oh, the rebound. What a chance for Milan. What a chance. I think it came at him too quickly, you know. I think it came at him too quickly. Because it kind of just hit him. He didn't really get time to sort his feet out and direct it properly. He just got a foot on it. Pope is going to clear for Newcastle. Newcastle been running around like a headless chicken, someone said. The preview, brother, the preview. That's when all the Chelsea talk will be there. That's when we'll have all the update on the injuries, bro. Need to wait for the press conference. But I think from what I heard last, Mudryk is still being assessed, and Broja will be fine, I think. And Caicedo, we don't know if he trained. So may as well. But we got to wait for the press conference. I don't really do the guessing game with the injuries because it could change on a day-to-day basis. If you know they feel something in their calf, and then next thing you know they're injured again when they were fit the day before. So the only thing we can do is wait for the press conference, and then he will confirm everything, and that will put it to bed. That cross was that cross was crazy. But if you want an update, Chilwell's out for 2 months. That's confirmed. Chilwell's out for 2 months, so that's not good. Dortmund versus AC Milan. Yeah, it's a quick game. It's a quick game. Cut back. Oh, Dortmund. Dortmund are laying it on AC Milan at the moment. They're laying it on them. They've got in behind a couple of times. They're trying these cutbacks. It's a very fast-paced game, as you said in the chat. Spot on. Dortmund are trying to hen them in, pen them in. And, yeah, it's looking like a good game so far. But obviously, AC Milan will be looking to catch them on the break with Pulisic and Leao. Giroud to kind of hold up the ball, give them an out ball. Dortmund are looking good. They're bopping it about quickly. They're looking good. Why are they booing Mbappe? I'm not sure. He's starting games. Yeah, I don't know, bro. A 16-year-old starting games for Barcelona is mad. Listen. When I was 16, I was resitting my maths. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on with that. That kid must be a freak of nature. I've not really got to watch him. I haven't watched Barcelona this season, so I need to watch Barcelona soon. Trying to pick the right moment. Left side now. Hernandez, PSG, down the line. Mbappe cleared away. Out for a throw-in. Out for a throw-in. Did you hear Darren, England, the VAR official who made the mistake last weekend, will not officiate Liverpool for the rest of the season? What a joke. We are still stuck with Anthony Taylor. Liverpool. They're getting everything that they asked for. It just goes to show we need to be a lot more boisterous. We need to be a lot more loud when we're pissed with our decisions. I mean, look what happened with Souček making a save against us when Gallagher took a shot at West Ham. We didn't even do anything about it. Didn't get no audio clips, nothing. A player literally made a fucking save against us. Do you know how mad that is? We took a shot and an outfield player dived and made a save. I don't think people actually are deep in how mad that is. We didn't get nothing for it. I remember cussing that game. I would cash in on Chilwell. That's crazy. We're going to talk about it. Kingsley. We're going to talk about it in the preview. Oh, here we are. Go on. Down the left. Okay, here we are. Switching off play. PSG back on the ball again. Out for a throw. Dortmund, keep an eye on that as well. Looking like a good game. If anything's going on in the City game that I need to see, if it's a madness, let me know. Let me know, people. Sorry, is Chile also in that? I thought it was just Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay. So Chile as well already are going to qualify. Okay, mad. 4 teams. Let's just try and keep count. We won't even need to qualify the way this is going. We're going to have all the teams qualify before we even get to the tournament. Damn. Question. I'd probably say Man United to go through because I do want the 5th place, and I don't think Man United are going to do anything in that competition in the knockouts. But it's a win-win because if they go through and I get the 5th place, which I think we're going to get it anyway. To be honest, like it would take a massive performance from either Italy, Germany, or France for us to lose a spot because we're currently 1st and Spain is 2nd. So Spain are the ones that are at risk of losing a place, not us. Because the top 2 nations get it. Here's Isak, offside. I think it's offside. So we're not really at risk of losing the place because we're 1st, and then obviously, like I said, Spain's 2nd, and then the other top 5 leagues I'm sure follow. So unless there's going to be this massive pendulum swing, it's not really going to go to another nation. So yeah, but listen, Man United going out early is hilarious. So I'll take that win-win. Celtic 1-0 up against Lazio. Okay. Interesting. Played in behind. Hakimi on the right-hand side. Nice little flick. Left side. PSG just keeping it quite nice. A terrible pass from Moani, I think. Terrible pass. Newcastle trying to string together something. Here's Gordon. Nice play. Isak on the left side. Isak versus Hakimi. Cuts inside. Here's Isak still going. Isak shot blocked. Shot blocked. Would I take Tammy back in a swap deal for Lukaku? Personally, no, I would not. No. I want to get Lukaku gone, but I'm not really trying to have Tammy back personally, no. No. We don't need Tammy. We either get a world-class striker and an older one as well, probably an experienced one, or we don't, you know, or someone that offers something a bit different. But there's nothing Tammy offers that Jackson and Broja don't offer for me, so there's no point doing that. PSG back in possession. Yeah, man. When this man cries, he cries loud, man. He's all over the TL there days after the fact, just screaming his head off. It's like, bro, just relax, calma. You know what I'm saying? I get it, you're angry, but there's no need to be. He's just constant. It just doesn't stop. It's crazy. He's just be crying every single tweet, crying. Crazy. It's crazy. It's relentless. Just relax. I'm happy for Celtic there, leading against Lazio. A little bit of pedigree in the Champions League. First British club to ever win it. Celtic Park got a serious atmosphere as well. Oh, unlucky. Cleared. I think a foul from Igate. Foul, free kick for Newcastle. As long as Nkuku's back to full fitness, then you know it's a conversation. I don't think it's an absolute guarantee. Obviously, you have to look at the market, and it has to be right for us. You know, I don't think we should be personally spending 110, 20 million on Osherman. For me personally, I don't think that's the move. I don't think that's the play. I would definitely take Tony for sure. I'd definitely look at Tony. All that was close, that free kick there, not far away. But again, depending on price, I wouldn't be paying 80, 90 million for him. So, but yeah, you have to assess the market. But if they're banging in form, those two, and you've got Nkuku back as well, then you could take your time. You don't have to rush. You don't have to rush. Make sure that, you know, you make the right decision. Don't just bring in anyone just for the sake of it. Free kick for Newcastle in a good area. Yeah, it was a great free kick from AC Milan. It was very, very close. I think it was their centre-back that took it. Oh. Hooked in, headed. Back to the keeper. Back to the keeper. All right, big up. Smash up the likes. Much appreciated, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let's see what's going on. It's hard to know what game to keep your eyes on, to be honest. Hakimi on the right back position. Marquinhos. Clips it. Oh, it's a poor pass. Isak! Isak! Oh, what a save. Come on. Oh, my days. Newcastle. Newcastle are ahead. Newcastle are 1-0 up. That is awful defending. Shambolic. After what we just saw yesterday, it's literally just reminded me of Onana and the poor passing back there from PSG. Gifting Newcastle an opportunity to score. And the first shot was saved, and then the second one's gone in. It's a brilliant finish from Almiron, who scored at the weekend. So we was mentioning earlier in the lineups went out. 1-0 to Newcastle. 16 minutes in. Wow. Again, no pressure. Marquinhos puts it on his left foot, tries to clip it over the press, doesn't get enough on it. Terrible pass. Isak saved. Brilliant finish, man. What a finish from Almiron. The way he just opens up his body. Look, watch. Isak just opens up his body. Yeah, it's quality. He's a nice little player. 1-0. Donnarumma gets a hand to it. He does get a hand to it, but it's not enough. We have liftoff at St. James's Park. They're going to be kicking off. It's a brilliant goal that he scored at the weekend as well. Belter into the top corner, I think it was from Almiron. So, wow. We got ourselves a game. Got ourselves a game. That's all we needed was a goal just to get things popping. Now Newcastle are really going to have to push and step up. Sorry, PSG are really going to have to push now. And this plays into Newcastle's hands. I want to see how they decide to approach after going a goal ahead, because listen, they've been nasty at home sometimes and decided to go and hit teams for 4-5. Alan Shearer there in the crowd enjoying himself. But against PSG, will they do the opposite and kind of decide to put the handbrake on and get defensive, which they can do if they want. They could do that now and play on the counter and let PSG have to break them down, because when Newcastle decide to defend, they are one of the most difficult teams to get past. They had a great defensive record last season in the Premier League. We saw them against AC Milan. We saw them against Man City at the Etihad. When Newcastle decide that they're going to defend, they are one of the most difficult teams to break down that I've seen in the last year or so. So they'd be well within their right to just go and park it. But I think they look like they're going to try and get a second. Let's see if they continue to push. Enrique hype. Dembele cleared. I told you, this PSG team, man. Listen, they've had their own little wobbles this season. I keep bringing them up because people always be looking outside their home, thinking everything on the outside is all perfect, bro. But they're having their own struggles this season. It's not easy for everyone, bro. It's not easy. Dortmund have got a corner. Julian Brandt's going to take it. Corner comes in. Good claim. Really good claim. And now AC Milan have got a counter. Loads of space. I think it's Theo Hernandez. And Leao's on the left. He's played it behind him. Leao. Poor. Theo Hernandez was the one to Messed that one up. Played it behind him. Killed the whole counter. Newcastle back in possession. I wouldn't. I'm happy. I got my manager. What a tackle. Yo, what a tackle. Marquinhos is one of the most overrated centre-backs in the world, been at PSG his whole life and is somehow rated. It was meant to be tomorrow, but I think it's now being moved to Friday. Availability issues. I think it's on Friday now, people. 20 minutes gone. Marquinhos. My prediction against Burnley, I'd say probably a nice little 2-0. 2-0 win. Here's Hakimi. Good little 1-2 with Dembele. Mbappe. So Mbappe is coming quite central. And Moani's the one holding the whip for a lot of the time. He is on the left-hand side. He plays the pass. Nobody there. Cleared away by Newcastle. Listen, I said it before and I'm going to say it again. This PSG team has failed to score 2 games this season in Ligue 1. Let's see if they can crack this code for Newcastle, because they are not an easy team to score against when they decide to defend. Newcastle got them exactly where they want them. I'm looking at AC Milan now. Leao and Theo on the ball. Bopping it about, getting a bit of possession. Still waiting for some significant movement on that match. Keep an eye on Agate. Not sure we're missing out on him. Shot just wide from Emery. Really close. Let's get a replay on that. That wasn't far away. Shot from distance. Struck it cleanly. Cut through the ball. It was always going away from goal. You think Mbappe scores? 22 minutes gone. Here's Theo Hernandez. Leao. Brandt. Julian Brandt. Still going. Tackled. Booked. Still 0-0 in the Leipzig. Is it the Leipzig City game still 0-0, guys? I guess it is. No goal there. No update. Let me update you with the goals around Europe. Do you know what? Yeah, I've always loved watching other teams, but I think last season really piqued my interest because my team was so bad. I had to find happiness elsewhere, and now I'm committed. I'm committed. You know, that's really where it spiraled from. I was always watching other teams before, but I was like, you know, my team weren't awful, so my joy come from Champions League win and cup finals. You know, and now I have to. Last season I had to find joy elsewhere. Now I'm doing it on a consistent basis. Here's Newcastle on the right side, Almiron. But it helps anyway to watch these other teams. You got to speak about them. I got to speak about them. So I was always going to watch them anyway. Just the Celtic game where there's a goal. Everybody else 0-0. Barcelona, Porto 0-0 as well. Not sure how City are playing in their game. Why does Leao feel proper Chelsea? Marquinhos wanted the keeper to come out. Do not be surprised if this ownership does a madness in January transfer window. I have a feeling Chelsea is going to go in for Osimhen. When you say do a madness, as long as they don't bring in more than a player, I think a striker is all we need to be looking at. That is it. I think you get one player and you go home, honestly. Almost 2-0. Almost 2-0, guys, in the Newcastle game. So close. Set piece came in from a corner. And yeah, look, great. He just got free. Who is it? Oh, he should be doing better, you know. He was a free man. He just made a run and peeled off the back of. Yeah, he should have hit the target. But yeah, for me, you look at a striker and that's it, man. Leave the rest of the team alone so they can gel. Just leave them alone, man. Here's Mbappe. Mbappe out to Dembele. Doubling up on him. Oh, they forced him to make that quick decision. Emery on the ball now. He's doing well. Finds Ramos. Ramos takes the shot just wide of the post. It's deflected. It's deflected out for a corner. 1-0 to City. Foden scored. Okay, let me take a look at that goal. Let me take a look at that goal. Is that on TNT 1 or 2? 1. Yeah, Foden has scored. I'm just going to take a look at the replay on this one. But yeah, 1-0 to Man City. It was a pass from Rico Lewis on the right. Bernardo Silva. Rico Lewis on the underlap. Pull back to Foden. Right foot. Hit it into the ground. And into the back of the net. Yeah. 1-0. Good play. Good play. Not bad. Rico Lewis with the assist. It was a good run. Let me think. Jackson left wing. It's an interesting one. I mean, you couldn't really play anyone else out there, to be honest. I mean, Sterling doesn't deserve to start, to be honest, with his recent performances. Problem with Sterling is he's either really good or he's really, really shit. Like, there doesn't seem to be any in between with Sterling. He's either brilliant or he's terrible. But yeah, you could make an argument that he shouldn't restart. So yeah, you could play Jackson off the left. You could try it out. Gives you two options in the box as well. When the cross is coming from the right, he also will most likely go Matson, though, to be honest. I think Matson's more likely to play left wing. But yeah, it's an option. But I think he'll play Matson. I think he'll play Matson off the left, Palmer off the right, and then he'll probably go with the same midfield three that played in the last game if he can. So 4-3-3. So yeah, I think Matson's more likely. Goal for Lazio. And that just gives us a second striker on the bench as well. So we got an option if we need to go two up top. City going to go back to back. Marseille versus Brighton tomorrow. We will be there. It's going to be good. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. PSG, they will get outnumbered in midfield. It's 3v2. And then their wingers work a lot harder than PSG's. You know, there's no way Dembele and whoever's out on that left, a combination of Muani and Mbappe, are going to work as hard as Almiron and Gordon. It's not possible. So they will get overloaded in there a lot. Almiron's just picked up the ball now. Plays it inside. Here's Longstaff. Plays it out wide to Burn. Will the Oil brothers both win tonight? That was the question. We are left-footed FC. Got a lot of left-footers. We were begging for left-footers. Now we got them. Can't complain. Ziyech. I remember when we signed Ziyech. We purely signed Ziyech because he was left-footed. We had Willian, we had Pedro, we had Hazard, we had over the years we had all these right-footed wingers, Hudson-Odoi, Pulisic. So we had enough of right-footed wingers. So now everybody was like, yo, get me a left-footed winger. So everybody was just clamoring for Hakim Ziyech purely because he was left-footed and he scored against us at the Bridge, just to bring a bit of balance to the attack. And I think the strikers were all right-footed as well. Tammy Abraham. Yeah, so everybody was clamoring for a right footer badly. Yeah, Lazio have equalised. Let's see. If everyone is fit, keep some. Mr. Jackson, keep the same team. Sorry, Mr. Jackson can hold the bench and play a bit Broja's target man presence. Hold bench for a bit. Yeah, Broja, I mean, listen, they both hold the ball up quite well. We'll see if Broja, how good he is in the air, because I think that's the only thing that matters really is whether or not he can head the ball better than Jackson, because I think they both hold up the ball quite well. They both have good, clean first touch, good in tight spaces. So we just need to see who can, if Broja heads the ball decently, then he'll be doing a better job than Jackson in the air. So if he can start winning headers and heading the goals in, that would be great. Free kick. Dortmund got a free kick. Xavi Simons. Dortmund looking like they'll get a goal soon. Julian Brandt on that left side. I don't know though, because Dortmund striker, I think last season he did quite well in the Bundesliga. I can't remember if he was joint top goal scorer. Who is he playing for? Is it Freiburg? Not too sure. But I do remember him bagging in quite a lot of goals last year, but I haven't watched loads of him. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Bro can do 90. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Ball in. Free kick's been wasted. There's a clash of heads maybe in the PSG Newcastle game. Oh no, not a clash of heads. Clash of shoulders. Yeah. But I don't think he's assisted either. I don't think he's got any GA. Haller was brilliant for Dortmund. Yeah. Top goal scorer, I think he was in group stages. Oh, it is a head injury. Bleeding. Isak. They haven't got Wilson on the bench, so I don't know who they would even bring on. But he's in a lot of pain. He is in a lot of pain. Let's just see what's happened here. Let's replay the goal. Yeah, Isak's bleeding. I thought they clashed. I thought their shoulders were the ones clashing, but he's bleeding from the head. Is Grealish not starting against Leipzig? No, he is, isn't he? Yeah, he's starting. Foden, yeah, Grealish starting on the wing. I don't know how he's playing, but he's starting. Damn, he bleeding, man. Shit. Yeah, he's bleeding proper. I don't think he's not staying on. Yeah, I don't think he's staying on. I don't know what they're gonna do because they don't have Wilson. Their depth is gonna get called into question now. They do not have Wilson. Completely forgot City signed Nunes. Right, he looked like he took a punch. Proper bleeding. He ain't staying on. There's no way. There's no way he's staying on. Not a chance. Not a chance. I don't even know where he's bleeding from. Is it just the side of his head, I think? But you can tell he's in pain. He is not playing on at all. Cut above the eyebrow. Okay. Cut above the eye. Bandage on the head would be all right. Yeah, I don't think he should play with the head injuries, to be honest. I think just take him off. Right side, ball comes in. Dortmund in a good position. Oh, Julian Brandt. Just went for the overhead kick, chested it down. I saw the vision, but the execution wasn't quite there. Over the bar. Over the bar. He's tried his best there with that one. Too much on it in the end. Almost caught it too well. If he had sliced it, it might have ended up in one of the corners of the goal. And a lot less power on it as well. Caught it way too well. Okay, looks like Isak maybe will continue. He's got a bandage around his head, so let's see. He's running now. But at the moment, Milan are coming forward on this right side with Pulisic. Manages to get the ball out of his feet. They're coming in now with this. No, not yet. Pulisic again. 1-2. Oh, we'll try to get around the back of the defense. And that'll be a corner as well. Nah, I think there's a dive from Chan. Thank you, brother. Yes, we have to get a trim. We have to get a trim. Ah, okay. Ah, thank you, brother. Much appreciated, Sinclair. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky. We will not take the option, we will not take the position we're in for granted, that's for sure. So Newcastle. It's been a bit of a scrappy game, PSG Newcastle. Obviously, that big delay, I think there's going to be minimum, we're looking at 6, 7, 8 minutes added on. I think we're looking at about 8 minutes to 10 minutes added on time in that Newcastle game. So yeah, it will be a long stoppage. It will take us halfway through halftime. That stoppage. And Trim is so overrated. EPL turf always has to come in with the alternative. Bring a bit of balance to the conversation. Open up a dialogue about the trim. Almiron is causing problems, and he's got Hernandez booked. He's got him booked. Lucas Hernandez. Almiron's causing problems. I don't know if he's gonna come off out of that okay. He got a little, yeah, he should be fine. But he's causing problems, Almiron, a lot of problems. And the free kick's in a good position as well. It's in a really good position. Round the corner. Come on, AC Milan. Here's Giroud. Pulisic over here. Come on, man. This game's lacking on the output. Who's taking that free kick? This is why we need Loftus-Cheek in life. Right side, Dortmund coming forward. Clipped in. Nobody there. Out for a corner. Damn. Isak's on. So this free kick's going to be taken, I think, by Trippier. It's looking like he's going to whip it in. He does. Ball into the box. Header. Oh, what a save from Donnarumma. What a save. Newcastle. Oh, again, double save. Clipped. Back post. Is that a goal? VAR check. I don't know if it's a goal. I really don't. Because the way it's headed, it all happened so fast. The ball got clipped in to the back post. Donnarumma had to make a double save. Then it got clipped back in. And the header, it did look like it crossed the line. But I don't know if the whole ball was over the line. Let's take a look on the replay. It was clipped in. Right, Bruno Guimaraes. And I think it might be... Oh, that's a goal. 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 I've watched the replay. That's a goal. That's in. Let's get this check. Or it might be offside. I don't know. Someone saying it's offside. Okay, maybe it's offside. Okay, maybe it's offside. Maybe it's offside on Bruno Guimaraes, the pass back. Oh, wow. We've got drama here. Drama here at St. James's. Drama. Rafael Leao running around the left hand. Go on, Leao. Go on. Cut back. Giroud. Oh. Leao did really well there. Almost found Giroud. Theo Hernandez coming forward now. This guy's... Oh, Jesus. What a touch. I think that might be onside. They need to show a different picture because they've cut off the bottom of the screen. It's definitely a goal. Ball 100% crossed the line. I think that's onside. I think it's just onside. Slightly. I don't think Bruno Guimaraes is offside. And it's definitely the ball's 100% crossed the line. It's crossed the lines comfortably. Julian Brandt was making a run. Little 1-2. Blocked. Cleared. Game's a bit sticky icky. It's definitely a goal. It's a goal for me. Definitely onside. 100% onside. Because the only thing that's offside is his hand. And that ain't going to be used to score. And then obviously the ball has crossed the line comfortably. So should be 2-0 to Newcastle. Should be 2-0. Enrique hype. Let me ask this question. Where would PSG finish? Put the position in the chat. Where would PSG finish if they were in the Premier League? Let me ask the question. Let me know in the chat. Where would PSG finish? No Neymar, no Messi. A little bit more normality. Where would they finish in the Premier League? Let me know in the chat. I'll read out the comments. Because Newcastle are giving them the runaround. Tomori, that's a poor bit of play. Woo! Shot cleared. That should have been an opening, Royce. Newcastle. That man in the crowd looked like he was wearing fake tan. Man was orange. Go! Go, 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 go. Go, Given. Go on the Geordies. Away the lads. Yeah? 2-0 to Newcastle. At least one of the English teams are bringing some respect back to the competition. 2-0 to PSG. A great save in the Dortmund game as well. Caught really well. Pushed right round the post. 2-0 to Newcastle. 2-0 to Newcastle. I'm going to have to give my buddy a belt. Enrique hype. Hello, brother. Enrique hype. Enrique hype. Position hype. Position hype. PSG, they told me something hard. They said don't get Enrique. This is Enrique. Listen, people in the chat are trying to tell me stop bigging up Newcastle. They're the enemy. No, they're not. Oil brothers. Oil brothers. Let me tell you something. I have a story. I have got a story. Bro, you watching this? This is how you win a Champions League game at home, bro. Take note. Take note, bro. Brother, when we're in the Champions League needs us, clearly. Yeah? Champions League needs us. Yeah? In our worst ever season, we made the quarterfinals. I hope you make it to the quarters, brother. You're not even getting out of the group. Bro, someone gave me a stat and it was about Copenhagen at home. I don't know if you've heard about it, but it ain't looking good. What's the stat with Copenhagen? Oh, bro, I think it was they're unbeaten at home since like 2013 or something. City drew there. No way. Bro, they're Lord. It's not no joke. when they play at home. Crazy. Yeah, it's not looking good. No. You got them next. Without Casemiro as well. Whoa, no Casemiro. It's going to have to be a McTominay Ericsson or Amrabat. Lord Jesus. Woo! Amrabat, a mistake for the goal, yeah? Oh, no. Bro, I watched your review. I watched your review. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're trying to do, PSG. But this MK ball that people are talking about, bro. I don't see it.
I don't see this Enrique ball.
They drew 0-0 twice this season. They drawn 0-0 twice this season with a front four of Dembele, Ramos, Moani, and Mbappe.
It just looks like vibes to me. Like they're just out there, just kind of doing nothing really.
It's mad. But do you know what? Yeah, do you know what I was saying as well? When Newcastle took the lead, it was peak because Newcastle got one of the best defensive records last season in the Prem.
Yeah,
and if they decide to park it, bro, it's over. Because what they did against Milan, I don't know if you watched it at San Siro last week, a couple of weeks ago. They parked it.
They just parked the bus,
bro. It was nasty.
I did say my original prediction was 2-2. I don't know what your prediction was.
I had PSG to win 2-1 because I thought Newcastle would come out, but then I thought PSG would hit them on the break with Mbappe. And because they got the 4 strikers, I'm like, yo, they're gonna score. They got the 4 attackers, bro. But now, one thing we also spoke about was the negative of that is that they're gonna get overrun in midfield. And I think that's happening, bro. They're getting bro. Have you seen Newcastle's injuries?
Yeah.
They don't have no Wilson. They don't have no Barnes. They don't have no Joe Linton, no Willock. This is an injury-stricken Newcastle battering PSG.
And this is PSG, bro.
Yo.
PSG.
It's crazy.
We're talking about the mighty PSG right now. They're getting smacked up.
Je veux play.
Je veux play. Je veux quoi?
Bonjour, mes amis.
Je n'ai pas à Paris. Je déteste Paris.
On doit toi.
Comment t'appelles?
You were just in Paris, weren't you? Did you leave some juju over there or something? Man forgot the rest of French class, just started going. Yo, I'm telling you, bro, the top's already off. Fucking this October, and the Newcastle fans got their tops off, shaking
bro,
about.
I'm telling you, this is what they deserve it.
They do. They could have scored another. They came close with another shot that just went wide. They've had their chances, but bro, defensively, yeah. They're looking good, man. Defensively, they're...
You know what it was, yeah? I think it was PSG at first. They had that chance with their belly. That's 5 margins, you know, in football.
Yeah.
Like, and I think Newcastle rose from that period where that chance went in. If that chance had gone in, they would have went kind of like, I feel sorry for themselves. But as soon as that went in, after it started pressing PSG, Ugarte kept giving the ball away. And then PSG just went into that mode where, you know what PSG mode.
Yeah,
bro. Losing the ball, they start becoming weak. They start like losing everything. Like
we've seen PSG in the Champions League year after year, bro. They always be collapsing, but usually it's in a knockout round. But today, Mbappe's not really. We ain't really talking about Mbappe. We're talking about Almiron. It's Almiron today. It's not Mbappe.
It's not Almiron,
bro. Almiron's causing problems on that right side.
Bro, I'm telling you. You know what it is with me? I feel like, you know when you add too much spice to your food, you add too much flavor.
Too much flavoring. You're telling me they overdone it. Yeah.
There's some belly there. There's a bit of Colomboani. Ramos is just really not doing anything there.
Too much flavoring.
You know?
Yeah. They've overspiced it.
They've overspiced
it. They've over-seasoned the chicken, and now we don't even know what it tastes like. It's just a mess.
Yeah.
I hear it.
Enrique, I don't know what style of football they're playing. Like, apart from that little kid up front, in midfield.
Emery,
Emery.
He looks good.
But apart from that, like, it's meaty.
It's meaty. It's a madness,
bro.
I don't know if they can turn this around in the second half, but Marquinhos, what was he doing on the goal? Jesus. What kind of pass was that? He's a captain.
He's a captain, bro. He's a captain.
But this is what I was just saying on the stream. Like, obviously, to like our fan bases, everything on the outside always looks better on the outside than at home. Do you know what I mean? The food in somebody else's kitchen tastes good because you've never eaten it. Do you know what I mean? But it's got all the it looks good, but you have never tasted it, bro. All these
basically.
Enrique, bro, I don't know, man. I don't know.
is that?
I don't know. I'm not saying he's a bum or anything, but like the only club record I have to go off is Barcelona. I can't look at Roma. I can't look at who was the other team? Celta Vigo, was it? Who else was he at?
Celta Vigo, yeah.
I can't look at these ones. These ones is not looking great for him. It's only the Barcelona team. And listen, he did his thing, won the treble, was unbelievable. But you know, Neymar, Suarez, Messi, we don't have those forwards. We don't have those forwards over here. We have Jackson. we have Mudryk. We don't have these forwards. So so I don't know, man. I don't know.
You know what it is? I just feel like he's trying to play this football that I think is kind of lost now.
You think he's outdated?
Yeah, he's outdated. He needs to get the new system, reboot the new system. This football that he's playing, like in Spain, it didn't work. You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest. Like, as much as he got to what did he get, semi-finals in the Euros, or was it?
I think it was the semi-finals. Yeah, that was his good. That was his good tournament. That was his good tournament.
Yeah, like that was a good tournament. But then after that, it's like it kind of like this World Cup as well was very, very poor. Like lost to Morocco. Like it's just, I just feel like for me, it's just like one style of playing and that's it. There's no other mode of playing. And I don't know, man. It's just he's trying to do a new team. I get it's a new team. I get it. Like it's one of them where I get it's a new team, but ultimately, you know what I mean? Like it's just not good, man. When you deep it, like it's not good.
In Liga On, they're not top at the moment. So
no, they're not.
But same with Bayern and Tuchel, bro. Same with Bayern and Tuchel.
Tuchel as well.
Bayern, they're creeping.
Neymar tweeted.
Neymar tweeted.
Neymar's tweeted.
Oh.
There it goes.
Oh.
Neymar tweeted. Let's see. I don't think he has.
Iceman, you just here to lie and chat rubbish in the chat. Listen, my first choice was Pochettino. I always said it. I was one of the few. I had to stick my neck out. Then between Enrique and Nagelsmann, then I picked Enrique, but I didn't want either of them. I was just picking between two that I didn't really want.
Yeah, he just tweeted at this time for some reason.
Oh, okay. It's nothing to do with the
like timing tweet different. You know what I mean? That's
the timing is crazy, but I don't think it means anything to do with what's going on.
No, he just obviously the timing of the tweet is crazy. But you know what, man? Fair play to Newcastle. Fair play.
Half time, fair play.
Got on half time now as well. So
yeah, go on. Drop the evidence with Iceman. I got people in my chat waffling, bro. Do you ever have this guy called Iceman in your chat?
No, Iceman's not in my chat.
Yeah. Count yourself lucky, bro. He'll just lie about you.
Character,
yeah, definitely. Do it. I want you to drop it now. Drop the screenshot, you donkey. Well, I'm gonna have to leave you because I got to shut this guy down.
Yeah, no worries. Bro.
Big up, brother. I'll chat to you in a bit. Love as always. Big up. Listen, Iceman, drop that screenshot. I don't know what's wrong with you, I don't know what every single stream. You have main character syndrome, Every single stream, this guy has to lie. He always has to lie, and he has to come up with some foolish, mythical, methodical kind of story that nobody's ever heard of. Man is saying that he was my second choice. You're just nuts. You're really mad. You're a crazy man, Oh, this guy, he just doesn't rest. He doesn't rest every day. God damn. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm gonna have to do something with Iceman. I'm gonna have to take action at this point. I'm gonna have to take action. Iceman, how old are you? I want you to drop your age in this chat now because I need to know how old this guy is. How old is Iceman? Iceman, drop your age and be honest as well. Don't lie. Don't lie. Don't worry about that. That's the least of your problems. Please just drop the evidence. Bro, after having mod privilege revoked, you'd think he would have learned his lesson. Nah, bro, this guy's just always on smoke. Even when he doesn't need to be. If you want to cook me, you can cook me about so many things. You can cook me about the Gallagher. If you think that now he's on form that, I was completely wrong about wanting to sell him, cook me for that. Cook me for, whatever. But I can cook you on Poch. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he was apologizing in the last game. Oh, sorry. Brother, do you know what? Keep your sorries, man. Keep your sorries. Keep doubting, man. Keep doubting Jackson, keep doubting Poch. Because then if it all goes well, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. Oh dear. All right, cool. Let's move on anyway. This guy's getting too much attention. Who timed him out? Oh shit. Guys, you didn't need to time him out. Fuck's sake. When he gets back, we'll have a word. Bloody hell. Don't time him out, man. Oh god. All right, cool. Let's move on anyway. So yeah, first halves have been concluded. We got a glimpse of the Man City game, and that was a good goal for Foden, I must say. Nice little assist for Rico Lewis. Newcastle are the story of the night. The Dortmund 0-0 against AC Milan. We'll see how that goes. But in terms of the Newcastle game, listen, I'm going to go through the statistics. I'm not here to tell you that it's, you know, one-sided or anything. Listen, I think PSG have had their own little opportunities here and there. But in terms of who deserves to lead, Newcastle deserve to lead. In terms of who's tested the keeper, Newcastle tested the keeper. So, you know, even though Dembele did come close and, you know, Ramos had a shot and, you know, just wide and whatnot, for me, Newcastle are deserving right now. So these are the statistics. 31% possession for Newcastle. So again, PSG 69%, a lot of possession, but not doing enough with it. 4 shots, 0 on target. 8 shots for Newcastle, 4 on target. It's actually even more than I expected. 4 corners for PSG, 1 to Newcastle. They've created 1 big chance. PSG have created 0 big chances. So yeah, definitely deserving for Newcastle. They've been clinical, but they've also worked the keeper. Oh, time has not stopped. Let me do that. But yeah, been a good game. Been a very good game. Crazy. I wasn't expecting this, but PSG right now, it's looking long for them. I don't know how they're going to turn this around, because when I'm looking at their bench, they don't really have anyone that strengthens the attack. I mean, it's hard to strengthen the attack. Everybody's out there. Let me see who's on PSG's bench to see if they can switch this up. They've got Barcola. Barcola could come on, and that would be a winger to come on. I don't know who would they take off. Who's done the least up there? I think Mawani's been poor on the left wing, if I'm honest. I think he's been pretty poor. You can't really take off Mbappe, even though he's been ghosting a little bit. Dembele has not been great either. Ramos, I'd probably leave Ramos on. I'd probably leave him on purely because I think the other guys have done less. But even Ramos has not been that involved, but he's had to drop in between the lines and take a shot from distance. But I think the service has been a bit slacking. So I don't know. It's tough. Anyone could really come off, but I'd probably lean towards Mawani or Dembele. One of those need to come off, I think. I think so. Poor decision to play Mawani as a winger. Dembele should be up ahead. Yeah, Mawani doesn't look great out there on the left wing today. To be honest, it's just too many attackers. He's put too many attackers up there. It's not balanced out the midfield. They need a midfielder. You're right. They need a midfielder in the team. Fabian Ruiz could come on. Vania could come on. Carlos Sola, Diallo, Pereira. There's quite a few midfielders that they could choose from. They need to pick one. They need a midfielder on the team badly. They need to get a midfielder in the team. When is it starting? It will either be tomorrow or Friday. I think it will probably now be tomorrow instead of Friday, because I think Big Six is now on Friday. So it could be tomorrow night. Yeah, I think it's going to be tomorrow night, guys. But I think. Let me confirm. Maybe in tomorrow's watch along, if anything. Brighton, we got a double header. Brighton playing Marseille, and we have West Ham playing Freiburg. So once we do that, I'll confirm then. PSG thought they upgraded. This is a Newcastle team with injuries. Like I said, this is a Newcastle team with injuries. There's no Asensio. Yes, Asensio. That's a good point. I forgot about him. He's out. Nuno Mendes is out. Kimpembe is out. And Lee's out as well. But for Newcastle, they got just as many players out. Joe Linton, Wilson. So injuries is not the problem here. That's why they're currently 5th. 4-2-4 versus Newcastle at home. Warrior Champions League for PSG. They took a risk. They took a risk and it backfired badly. If they maybe just played a simple team, 4-3-3, play Mbappe in his favorite position out left, play a striker up front, play the other flank, probably Dembele, the only option, with Asensio out, play with 3 midfielders, try and gain some control. Have some respect for Newcastle first, you know. But they tried to scare them, basically. What they did is try to scare them by playing the 4 attackers, thinking they were going to just, you know, retreat. It didn't happen. Didn't happen. When you actually look at the Bruno Guimaraes offside, he's actually well onside. He's well onside when you look at the replay. Well onside. It's good to see officiating done correctly in the Champions League. We don't ever seem to get any issues when we watch this competition. Nice, quick. Not even quick. They took their time. They didn't rush. Went through the protocol. Everybody's communication lines were open. They got the decision. You know what I mean? I don't know why it's got to be so chaotic. Take your time, step by step. Make sure you deliver the decision clearly. Say it twice if you have to. Say it 3 times to, you know, say it once, say it twice, 3 times. Triple check. Can't go wrong. Don't know what that rush was. Refs now to ref. Guys, imagine we had Enrique as our manager and Onana as our keeper, especially when we already struggled to score goals. We'll be relegated before Christmas. Damn. Now I see why Gallagher's important. He adds balance to defense and attack. PSG needs a Gallagher right now. Mad. Dortmund versus Milan is kicking off. Yes, so we're going to get the timer. You're correct. They've literally just kicked off. PSG Newcastle is going to be delayed because of the Isak head injury. So that one will have to wait a bit longer. The timer will go up on both sides, unfortunately. But you're just going to have to do the mathematics on PSG's actual time. So I can't have 2 different timers, which is a shame. It's the only thing. I'd like to figure out how to maybe get a second. Let me see if it's possible. I'm going to try. Let me see if I can figure it out. Okay, so yeah, Dortmund versus Milan is kicked off again. Let's see. I don't know if this is really possible. Nah, you know what? It's not. Let me leave it for a second. 46 minutes before I mess up the whole thing. PSG needs some homegrown players as a spine. Everyone else is there for the money, no heart. Moani's so overrated. Imagine we got Moani for 85 million instead of Jackson. With all this 1 billion Bowie streams set up, can't do separate timers. That's a damn shame. It's a damn shame indeed, bro. I hear you. I can't lie. After all the new fancy changes, the fading of formations and graphics, and can't even get 2 timers. It's mad. But that's a site issue. I'm outsourcing for the timers, unfortunately, and they're not delivering. Yeah, Milan versus Dortmund is a little bit disappointing. The final third play has been lacking, man. It's been lacking. Leao, I need to see more from Leao on that left. I've seen, you know, a decent amount of Pulisic, but yeah, man, it's been a bit toothless from both teams when they've had their opportunities going forward. Been a bit toothless. We're just keeping possession. Is that a free kick? Or he's going to play on? Theo Hernandez, this heavy touch again. Just letting the ball run away from him too many times today. Really is. The thing is with Theo Hernandez, he gets himself into this moment where he's like, right, I'm going to carry the ball, you know, 20, 30 yards or whatever. And he just heavy touch, man, and he just lets the ball get away from him. And then next thing you know, he's dispossessed. And it's like, if you just been a bit more calm with what you're doing, you would have had an opportunity there. Free kick now. Are you under 25? No, I'm not. I'm 26. I would have missed out. Let me see. Very impressed yesterday. Very, very impressed. He's the only Manchester United player yesterday that can hold their head up high, man. The defense genuinely let him down. The individual errors back there were just foolish on all the goals. To get done on a long ball from Davison Sanchez, of all players, wasn't even an incredible pass, in my opinion. It was kind of like it was a good long ball, you know, in the right area. But if some competent defending had been done, it would have been avoided. Don't let the ball bounce. Rule number one. Varane lets that happen. Lindelof was non-existent in that game. Dallo was weak against Zaha, and then kicks it into the ground, loops Onana. The 1-2, basic third man run. They should be dealing with it. Cut back, nobody near the attacker, acres of space. And then the third goal is just idiocy. You know, and I know the penalty that they gave away, it could have been 4. You know, if Icardi puts that in, then that's 3-2 there. But the third goal they conceded was just another poor pass from Amrabat. One header just gets the whole defense turning. I don't know how. They've been beaten by a header, all of them. And then Onana gets sat down again. So it's just, when you look at it, you think to yourself, listen, Hairline can do no more than score 2 goals. You know, what more can the kid do? There's been a goal in Germany. We will be there. RB Leipzig have equalized against Manchester City. Let's see what's happened. Openda scored. I'm throwing it on. Don't worry about that. Oh, I wish I could see the replay. Damn. Let's see if I can quickly find this. But yeah, Leipzig have equalized. Damn, missed it. But we'll keep it on. I don't mind. Yeah, but both of the timers are the same, so they have to run at the same time. So this is more in line with the Dortmund AC Milan game. But what I might do, just not to confuse you, is turn off the Newcastle one. Okay, so Newcastle versus PSG is going to kick off, and it just has. But yeah, 1-1 in the Leipzig game. I'm going to keep that on now. I'm going to keep the Leipzig Man City game on for a bit, and we're going to see what's going on. Let's see if they can respond. Was it a good goal? I didn't get to see it. Fuming. Just about missed it. Yeah, just about missed it. 1-1. Leipzig, excellent goal. Good counter, nice attack. Okay, good goal. Good to hear. 40 minutes in that game left. Let's see if Man City are going to respond. That'll be how many games in a row now without a win? That'll be 3 games in a row if they were to drop points here. Lost in the cup. Lost at the weekend. And then here, 1-1. Vardy playing against his old club as well. It's funny because earlier today I was considering, when I was making the graphics earlier this morning, I was actually considering changing last minute to Leipzig City, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. Here's Rodri. It was already agreed by the people. We do Dortmund AC Milan, so got to listen to the people. Foden, Hairline, caught by the keeper. Let's see. 1-1 in the young boys game. Thing is, even if City drop points here, this is their most difficult game in the group. That's how like their group is so easy. This is their most difficult game in the group away to Leipzig. So if they get a draw here, it probably confirms they're going to top the group. Grealish, 1-2 with Foden. In behind for Hairline. Shot saved. Or is it wide? I think it's wide. It's wide. I think this year's Champions League battle will be very interesting. Who is the favourite? It's got to be City, hasn't it? City and probably Real Madrid by default. All Barcelona's players are for sale again. every single year it seems to be there's some sort of fire sale or financial crisis going on over there. Of course, there's a few players from them I would take. Yes. Do we have space for them? No, absolutely not. So I don't know how we would make space, but yeah, it goes without saying I would take Pedri. But we have so many midfielders, there's no space for him. So I don't know how we'd even do that. PSG, right side. Here is Dembele, cut back, cleared. I can't see them getting 2 goals in this half. I can't lie. I can't see it. I don't know how they get 2 goals in one half against that Newcastle defense. I'm going to flip back to Dortmund, AC Milan. Apparently, there's been a nice save in that game. How have Milan not scored there? Hit it straight at the keeper. Barcelona with 6 yellow cards against Porto. That's mad. Ball in, corner, header, blocked. Leao, this is a chance for AC Milan to counter. They have to make this stick. And Leao has kicked it. So, sorry, not Leao. Somebody else has kicked this out of play. Jesus. AC Milan, man. What is happening today? What is happening today with AC Milan? Honestly. It's a joke. Here's Amron. Trippier. Longstaff. Oh, shit! It's 3-0 Newcastle. Oh my days. I never expected that to go in. He's hit it hard and low. And you'd think that Donnarumma would get that, would make that save. And it's gone underneath him. And he's parried it. Well, he's not even parried it. He's just let it through. It's gone through him. It's like a hologram situation. The ball's gone straight through him. And it's 3-0. It's 3-0 to Newcastle against PSG. Amron picks up the ball, plays it out wide to Trippier. He finds Longstaff on the underlapping run. Poor defending from PSG. Nobody tracking the run. And he's hit it hard and low underneath Donnarumma. And it's gone in. Oh, my days. Newcastle 3, PSG 0. Well, I'll be damned. Well, I'll be damned. It's a Donnarumma disaster. But defensively, there's just so much wrong with the way that goal materialized on PSG's side. Nobody's tracking the third man run. No, it's not even a third man run. It's 2-man. I guess it is. Yeah, it's a third man run. But there's nobody tracking runners. There's nobody. They're just walking. In that moment there's nobody tracking the run. There's no one closing the ball. There's nobody doing anything. They're just chilling, leaving gaps everywhere. I don't know what's going on. They are getting dragged. I hope they get battered now. I hope it's like a 5-0 or something. I can't believe how open they are. in that moment. It's crazy. Newcastle just opened them up. Easy. Here's Mbappe tackled. Yo, Mbappe getting run out of Newcastle, you know. Big Mbappe getting run out of Newcastle. He's getting demolished every time he gets the ball. I'm trying to see another goal minimum now. 4-0. Let's have it. PSG are getting the humble crumble. All that possession again for nothing for Enrique's team. I've said it before on earlier in the stream. Twice this season, all the possession in the world, no goals. Let me see if Mrs. I don't know if he's doing a watch along. I don't think he is. Nah. 52 minutes gone, guys. 52 minutes gone. Played in between the lines. Ramos on the ball, left side. Cutting in. This is crazy. Mbappe should have gone to Real Madrid when he had the chance. He's looking like he needs Real Madrid more than they need him. I can't lie to you. Because Real Madrid is Real Madrid. No player's bigger than Real Madrid. You're looking like you need to go there because you're not winning the Champions League at PSG at this rate. I don't know what you're wasting your time for. He is just getting destroyed every time he gets the ball. Ramos as well. Free kick for PSG. Good position. Julian Brandt. Dortmund in possession. Can you imagine Longstaff and Dan Burn are smashing up PSG? Longstaff and Dan Burn is crazy. It's mad. This is why we love the game. This is why we love the game of football. The Mbappes, the Dembeles, all of the hype, all of the performance. Well, I say hype on Dembele's part. All the FIFA covers. You know what I'm saying? All of the World Cup winners, everything. And it's Longstaff and Dan Burn. And it's Pie and Mash FC and it's peak. It's peak. All the glitz and glamour. And you could still lose. Yes, I've seen Openda got a goal. Unless you're telling me he scored again. Because if you're telling me that, then maybe I need to boycott Dortmund versus Man City. Sorry, Dortmund versus AC Milan. I might have to leave that game for a second, you know. Man City coming forward. Left side. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo out for a corner. I'm gonna leave that Man City game on now for a bit because Dortmund versus AC Milan is a stinky one. PSG coming forward left side. That's why it's good to cover two games because you can never get shafted. It's very rare that you get two bad games. So you always get entertainment somewhere. Here's Mbappe. Mbappe. Emery. Crossed for Dembele. Dembele. Finds Emery again. Flipped over the top. Oh, what a pass. What a pass from Emery to Lucas Hernandez. It's an exquisite pass. It is perfection. But is it onside? Hold on. Let me take a look at this. He's offside. It's not going to count. He's well offside. I think he's offside. Not well offside, but he's offside. I need to maybe get a look at that again, though. Let me just... Give me the angle back, man. I need the angle. It's tight. It's very tight. I need to get another look at that because I don't know if his foot is offside. Has it been given? Yeah. No, it wasn't well off. But I thought it was marginally off. It looked marginally off. But yeah, it's been given 3-1. Yeah, initially when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's way off. And then I saw Then I looked at it again just quickly and I thought, actually, wait, no, it's not actually that obvious. But it has been given. It was a brilliant pass from Emery. What a pass. Yeah, it looked slightly off to me. It did look slightly off, but I'm not gonna say that's the wrong decision because it was tight. I only got to see it once. PSG in possession again, 3-1. Can they make a comeback? Yeah, and City nearly conceded. They did. Can they make a comeback? Oh, that was close. Leipzig almost conceded. Check complete. Check complete is probably going to scar people, isn't it? Those two words there. Check complete. What a meme. PSG coming forward. Switch of play. This is Barcola. Out for a corner. Amron defending. Newcastle got to defend. They got to defend. Foden. Vardiel. Grealish. Played in behind. Hairline. It's not a good effort. Keeper's actually made a mess of that. He should have saved it comfortably. That should not be going out for a corner. Shot from distance. Blocked. Big block from Isak. I think necessary as well because that shot from Hakimi had a lot of pace on it. Could have been, who knows, would have took a big save from Pope. Pity goal for PSG. Someone saying in the chat. Porto are in here. Still 0-0 in that game. People are still saying that goal looked offside. Hakimi, poor pass. Saw the replay multiple times. There was no way that was onside. Okay, fair enough. I've only seen it once. Yeah, it looked marginally off to me. But it was close. Oh, wait, they're looking at it. It's onside. They're saying it. No, they're saying it's on. In the replay, they've just shown it. It's on. It looks like it's on. It's his hand that's furthest, from. But his hand looks on because of the foot from the defender. It's on. It's definitely on. Yeah, it's definitely on. They just showed the replay on TNT. It's definitely on. I'm telling you, the automated system don't get it wrong. The automated system don't get it wrong. If they're using an automated system, I don't know if they are, but the graphic that they're given is cold. That graphic there is the one we need in the Prem. It's really clean and crisp. Can't get it wrong. Young boys goal. All right, let me give you a little update of what's going on around Europe then. Seems like there's a couple goals going in. Or at least there's been a rumor of goals going in. The Celtic are still 1-1 at home to Lazio. Still no goals in the Dortmund game. Young boys are 2-1 up against Red Star Belgrade away from home. That's a big score. And Porto are 1-0 down at home to Barcelona. Goal scored by Ferran Torres. And that was just before half-time. Antwerp earlier lost today to Shakhtar. And Atletico Madrid beat final 3-2 at home. I think that must have been a late goal. No, it wasn't. Morata. 47 minutes. Just tell me, replay or no replay? Who's watching Young Boys? I don't know. If you're from Switzerland, I guess, maybe. If you're a Young Boys fan. If you're Swiss. But it's 2-1. Or they might be watching the goals show, because the goals showed as on TNT is at 5. They're showing the goals. So any goal that goes in, they just show you the highlight. Which is pretty good. Wish they had that for the Prem 3 o'clock kickoffs. At least give us that. If you're not going to give us the whole game and it's blackout, at least give us some highlights or something. Bare minimum. All right. Timo Werner's coming on. Yeah. But Todd Bowie's in talks to buy Young Boys. 62 minutes gone. Here's Mbappe on the left side. That's offside. Ramos. That's definitely offside. If you're late joining, yes, PSG are being put in a spliff by Newcastle. Yes. And it's looking very comfortable as well. Like, PSG have improved in the second half, don't get me wrong, but they got 2 more goals to find. They're gonna have to get a move on. I think Newcastle are capable of shutting it down. Like I said, defensively they're usually very solid. So I think now we've reached the 60-second mark. I think Eddie Howe looks like he's about to make a change. So he's gonna bring on like a Jacob Murphy in a minute, and he's just gonna run his ass off for the next 30 minutes. Track Lucas Hernandez for one. If he wants to play that game going forward, he's going to track him. He might take off Almiron. Ball in, cleared again. It's all Manchester City and Germany. Man City are dominating. Trying to find that second goal. You've got them penned in now. Look at this. Grealish. Free kick for Newcastle. Bit of frustration from Agate. Grealish. Good pass. Lovely back heel. Foden. Haaland. Not quite. Would have been a great goal. Would have been a great goal. Eddie Howe outclassing Enrique deep that for a minute. Werner coming on. Openda coming off. Yes, Timo Werner's coming on. Sesko is also coming on. I'm guessing it's for Poulsen. Sesko's coming on as well. 2 new strikers coming on for Leipzig, which is nice to see because that'll give City something to think about. You'd assume. Is it? No, it's Forsberg coming off. Sorry. Forsberg's coming off for Sesko. Okay. Whew. 20 minutes gone. Sorry, 20 minutes left in that City game. 25 minutes in the Newcastle game. Anderson's just come on for Tonali. I don't know who Anderson is too much. I don't know too much about him, but it sounds like a Roadrunner's coming on. I mean, it sounds like another Roadrunner's coming on with Longstaff to do a madness. It's not going to be easy. Haaland just ghosting. I mean, he is one of those strikers that, you need to give service. You need to give service, man. If you don't, and even still, he will miss some chances, just like every striker. But you need to give him service. If you don't give him service, he's not going to get into the game and provide you much more outside of that box. But City knew that when they got him, and they got too many players on the ball with Bernardo and Foden, and when De Bruyne's fit, Grealish and Doku, they shouldn't really need Haaland, to be honest. Because why do you need the Haaland to drop deep when you got about 3-4 creators or supposed creators, right? You shouldn't need your striker to be dropping deep on top of that. Here's Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis finds Haaland. Haaland shots over the bar. There's his chance. Smashed it over the bar. Good to see you back, Iceman. Now that you're done lying. Never Saint says Mbappe versus Haaland is a shit debate. We might never see a strong, heated debate like Messi, Ronaldo. I mean, funny thing about this debate, yeah, is Mbappe is nothing close to Ronaldo, right? And Ronaldo, for me, is the second to Messi, right? But Ronaldo is absolutely clear of Mbappe. So the debate is watered down anyway, because Mbappe and Haaland are nowhere near what Ronaldo versus Messi was, even when Ronaldo was Mbappe's age or whatever. So it's not even close. So it is a watered down debate anyway, before it even gets started. And then you look at how complete Ronaldo was versus how complete Mbappe is, let alone Haaland. And again, it's night and day. So Haaland is just not a well-rounded enough footballer for this to be a conversation. Mbappe will win that for me, that debate. But Mbappe is not nothing like, you know, Ronaldo. We won't even talk on Messi. So yeah, the debate for me is just, it's pretty clear, it's pretty obvious. You know, it's going to be Mbappe. It's probably more interesting, yeah, to say Mbappe versus Vinicius Jr. or something. Maybe something like that. But Ronaldo and Messi are too clear, man. It's too clear. These we're not going to get another player, I don't think, in this generation that's going to come close. You know, Maradona, Pele, and then you had now Messi and Ronaldo. I don't think every generation you're not going to get. That's not a generational player. That's a centurion. Maybe, I don't know. You have to give it a different name. It's not a generational player. It's beyond that. You're not going to get a player like them every generation. So people will look for the debate, but it's watered down, man. And yeah, Vinny as well. Like Vinny versus Mbappe is still not really enough for me. People forget what Ronaldo was doing at Man United last couple of seasons, especially. It was just ridiculous, man. And then Real Madrid was a whole nother convo. Shot wide, I think it's Moani. No, Dembele. Dembele, of course. Dembele missing a chance. Shock. Of course he did. Both footed, so no excuse, by the way, because he doesn't have a weaker foot. He's in behind. He's one-on-one. There is a bit of pressure, but I mean, come on, man. Lascelles gets across really quickly, to be fair. He does well. But yeah. Game is over anyways. Mbappe's not got... Yeah, and Mbappe will not go anywhere if he stays at PSG. He does need to move. Almiron might even be 4. You never know. Oh, it's a yellow card. Booking for Gordon, I think. Booking. You really don't get Dembele. Here's Bardiol. I remember saying when we were getting linked to him as well, I was like, I don't want Dembele. People were going crazy. They're like, how can you not want Dembele when we have? And they started listing off players, and I'm like, that's never a good argument. Like, saying that you want a player because this is what our options are is not a good reason to want the player. You need to want the player if you had, you know, if you had the best players in the world, would you still want the player? You know, if you were trying to challenge for a title, would you want that player? That's the mindset for me. Or you're going for young players that have potential. That's a different mindset because you're buying into what they could be. But if you're going for what they are right now, are they ready to win you stuff now? Are they the level that you would want if your team was on point? Not when your team's at its worst, not when you've got a bunch of flops in your squad, because everybody looks better than flops. But my biggest issue with Dembele was his injuries and then also his finishing. I mean, he's awful finishing, and he's just like a lot of our strikers, a lot of our forwards, unfortunately. You know, a lot of our forwards have had issues finishing. Imagine having him finishing like that as well. It'd just be a nightmare. And I don't think Dembele is ever going to be a clinical finisher now. He's had enough time to develop that side of his game, and he just can't seem to finish. Just cannot finish. He's a creative monster when he wants to be, though, but just cannot finish. You got to just have him as a playmaking winger, and that's it. Don't think about him anywhere near the goal. But here's Foden, Doku. If he comes on and changes the game, man, I'm telling you, Grealish is in trouble. He can't be getting done out by Doku constantly like this. Jacob Murphy against PSG in the Champions League. What is happening to our sport? What is happening? What is happening? Listen, bro. If I could have had Kane, I would have celebrated like I'd won a trophy if I'd got Kane, because I know that would have led to madness. But Unfortunately, it was never going to happen. Let's see. Oh, super chat, sorry. Donnarumma has been garbage ever since he left Milan. I don't get to watch PSG week in, week out, but if that is the case, then that's peak. That's another Galactico that's not worked out because they signed Ramos. He got mad injuries, didn't work out. Hakimi's probably the only one. Messi left, didn't win champs, so that wasn't really what it was meant to be. They signed Wijnaldum as well. Wijnaldum, people forget he was part of the 5 on stage. That didn't work out. Donnarumma, if what you're saying is true, doesn't work out either. So, yeah, man, it's not looking good. Penalty to Porto, Cancelo, you fraud. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. And Timo Werner's in behind for Leipzig. Ball in, cleared. It's a good save by the keeper. I think Timo Werner really should have stopped and gone into the box and picked out someone because, yeah, he was in a lot of space. Probably just running at too quick a speed to actually stop himself, but Porto deserve a penalty long ago. Gordon for 60 million or Dembele for 50. Neither. I don't want either of them at that price. I don't want either of them, period. Like I got Mudryk. I got my left winger to develop. So I don't need another left winger to develop. And I don't want Dembele, so I'll take neither. Celtic 2-1 up. Is it being given though? What's going on? Let me know. Celtic back. Please, man. Please let me know that Celtic have scored. That would be brilliant. Oh, that's good. I'm glad that Humphrey scored for Swansea. That's good. He should be smashing the championship up. That's good, man. Celtic are winning 2-1. That's good. I'm glad to hear. Good for them. I used to watch a lot of Celtic when they had like Aidan McGeady and Scott McDonald and Nakamura, Arthur Boric. Celtic have had a couple of really good teams. Scott Brown, obviously, as well. And then they had Van Dijk. They had Samaras. Who else? Kieran Tierney. Loads of really exciting players. Thomas Gravesen, if you remember him as well. He was a Denmark centre midfielder. He used to play for Real Madrid. He also played at Celtic. Larsson played for them as well, I think, up front, Swedish top striker. So yeah, they've had some serious players. VAR. 1-1. Man, it's a shame. Yeah, Celtic Tierney was crazy. Yeah. That's some good players, man. I'm trying to think of who else. I used to be able to reel off their whole team. I'm trying to think of who else they had. Van Dijk. What else did they have? Nice. Craig Gordon, I think, was there for a bit. Joe Hart's there now. That's some decent goalkeepers. Here they are, right side. PSG coming forward. Ramos. So the chemistry's not there, man. Chemistry's not there in that PSG attack. Chemistry's not there. Mbappe looks disinterested. I've not even spoken about Mbappe that much at all in this half. Kind of speaks volumes. McGeady, I mentioned McGeady. McGeady was a tricky customer. He was good. He was really good. Trying to think who their other wingers were as well. I remember Samaras up front. Shot. Edouard as well, who's at Palace, was at Celtic as well. Dembele, young. Dembele, the French striker that ended up going to Ligue 1. Can't remember who he went for, who he went to. He was banging in goals over there. And then they had this other Dembele that was like 15 years old and everybody was running riot about him, saying he was going to be the next big thing. So they had a few Dembeles. Porto have scored. Is that 1-1? It is. 1-1. Yeah? Mad. Barcelona have conceded. He went to Lyon. Yeah, that's it. 1-1. Porto. Huh. Do you know what? This is crazy. Let me see if I can get that game up. I'm not sure what channel this on. I might have to get the goal show up now for the last... I'm going to get the goal show up for the last 10 minutes or so we can see all the goals. Yeah. So we don't miss nothing. Dortmund still 0-0 with AC Milan. Jeez, what a howler. We chose that one, you know. Howler, guys. We chose that game. Howler. Luckily, none of the other games have been crazy, like 3-3s or something. What? Again, no goal? Are you taking a piss? Who's refereeing that game? What's going on? Oh, my days. I'm sick of this, man. You're telling me no goal again? Oh, my days. So Porto have been denied. Oh, we're tired. Let me go back to the Leipzig City game. UEFA loner. I don't know what's happened, man. I don't know. I don't know if it's offside or I don't know. I haven't got the game up. I didn't know what channel it was on. I was just going on a goal show to get the goal, and now it's been disallowed. So no point looking. Madrid looks happy. Anyway. Dembele, just watching this highlight to Mbappe. Couldn't quite. Oh! It's 2-1. It's 2-1. It's Alvarez. Yo! Alvarez. One of the City strikers are stepping up, and it's not Haaland. One of the City strikers be stepping up recently, and it's not Haaland. It's Alvarez. Alvarez, yeah? He's him. Doku into Alvarez. Oh, what a finish. Oh, what a finish. This guy is so good. He is so good. He is so good. He's cut from the same cloth as Sergio Aguero. I'm going to tell you it. He's cut from the same cloth as Carlos Tevez. That's the Argentine. That's what he is. He's built different. What a baller. What a baller. Somebody take that man out of there. If they're not going to start him every game, get him out. That's the type of striker I would want. If I could pick the striker at Chelsea, that would be the one I probably would get. I can't lie. Can't lie. That's the dream, but it will never happen. Now that Kane's gone, and yeah, probably him, man. I can't lie, probably him. He's got everything. He's got everything, man. He's the one. He's a Lanzini. He's the one. I would love to have him. He's the one. And it pisses me off because he was so cheap. He only cost them like 15 million from River Plate. Do you know how mad that is? Anybody could have had him. Any top European club could have slapped a contract on his table and he would have accepted it. Imagine if you'd got him 15 million. My days, man. I'm pissed. Got to keep an eye on what's going on in South America, man. You really do. Alvarez, 15 million. Someone that can strike the ball like that. Almost 2-2. That would have been a banger. He nearly outdone Alvarez. Who was that took the shot? He almost outdone Alvarez. What a strike. It was almost 2-2. Leipzig trying to fight back. Way, that was a bender. What a shot. Alvarez was killing it. Yeah, man. Europeans, we don't watch that. Yeah, my team has only just started buying the young Brazilians. But Alvarez was signed before we started all that recruitment process. So, really good play from Rico Lewis. What play? Here's Doku, left side. City looking for the killer. Doku looks really good in this City team as well. Hopefully Washington is our Alvarez. Yes, hopefully. That's why I've been kind of flirting with the the fact that he could start a game. I'm just trying to find out what the fuck's going on. I'm just trying to find out. We got Angelo. Angelo got player of the month for Strasbourg, which is nice to see. Finally broke into the team, started balling out. Andre Santos, I found out today as well, there's a break clause in his contract in January, and they'll be penalized financially if they don't use him. So that's great news. So yeah, man, I hope that listen, it could, who knows? Who knows? Maybe we've already got our striker and we just haven't given them enough time. But we need to see Washington as well. But man, Alvarez is a baller, man. Alvarez is a baller. Doku squared up his man. What a finish, man. What a finish. The thing is I love about Alvarez, he's got a variety of finishing. That's the thing. Perez is our Galactico. Yeah. Yeah, damn right I was crying about Santos because he's not playing. And I'm going to keep crying unless he plays. And if Forest are going to get financially hit by not playing him, better be some serious money as well. Not no little 250,000 or something. Make sure it's some serious piece. Because if it's not enough money, they're not going to care. They're not going to care. I don't want to hear some sort of 500,000 bill if they don't play him, because they just won't play him then. I'd rather not get the money and him actually play. Nah, I don't want to hear Santos is not good enough for Forest. I'm sorry. That kid was balling out. That kid was balling out in pre-season. I don't want to hear he's not good enough. If he's not good enough, my eyes must deceive me. That guy was balling out in pre-season. And don't tell me he's not good enough. Barcelona were trying to take him before we'd even given him a shirt number. That kid is good. I know what I saw. You just have to give players the right loan. I've seen this shit happen so often. Was Billy Gilmore good enough for Norwich? You're damn right he was. But wrong loan. You have to give these people the right loan, man. Who decided it was a good idea to put a Brazilian in Nottingham anyway? Make it make sense, man. That man just comes straight over from Brazil. You're going to stick him in Nottingham. Come on, man. That's hella random. That's hella random. Man put him in Nottingham with no friends. Oh, actually, no, they got a couple of Brazilians, actually, thankfully, in that team. But just so random. Could have sent him to Portugal, sun shining, play Porto football, Champions League, no problem. You know what I'm saying? Him, Datra Fofana, Union Berlin, Champions League, Wahi, Champions League, Lens. You know what I'm saying? Could have been good. Send him to Porto. These men said they send him to Nottingham. Come on, man. Sounds like somewhere Will went in the in-betweeners to university. It just doesn't make any sense. Poor brother, man. All because Lukaku and Ziyech had to get their loans. Shame. Shame. I know why he's not our player, but I'm going to claim him because Arsenal got dealt with. So I'm going to claim him as ours. I'm going to claim him as ours. Left side, Leipzig coming forward. Mbappe. Shot from distance over the bar. PSG ain't getting nothing out of that game. Couple of minutes to go. City look like they're going to win 2-1 in Germany. Oh, it's finished now. It's finished now. Haaland. Oh, 2v1. Oh, 3v1. It's Doku. Oh, it's 3-1 to City. And it's Doku who comes off the bench with a goal and assist. Pack your bags, Grealish. Grealish. Wow. Wow. Doku, goal and assist off the bench. Grealish better pull his socks up. That's what I've had to tweet. Oh, Gavi's been given a red card. Sent off. Sent off. He did say there's nothing he wouldn't do for Barcelona. He loves the club. And when he said there's nothing he wouldn't do, he meant it. Sent off. Put himself on the line. I don't know what he did. Yo, Grealish, pull up your socks, man. Pull up your socks, because I don't think it's comfortable. I don't think it's comfortable anymore. Full-time, Dortmund 0, Milan 0. What a disaster. What an absolute disaster of a football match. I'm not even going to speak on it. I prefer not to speak. Those two teams will be punished accordingly for making us set up graphics for them. Lazio are 2-1 up at Celtic. Oh, shit. That's a damn shame. Yeah, Milan, we might have to take a little break from AC Milan. Can't lie. Dortmund, I wasn't really too fussed on because their team's depleted. But Leao and Pulisic, I thought I was going to be cooking, but nope. Here's Mbappe. Free kick. But can Mbappe do it on a cold night in Newcastle? That would be the new question. Brother, why are you speaking to Dan Burn? I'd never thought I'd see the day. Mbappe getting bodied by Longstaff and Dan Burn and all these, man. Crazy. It's crazy. Red Star 2-2. Crazy. Oh. I hate these accounts on Twitter that are just constantly spamming their betting bullshit. It's so jarring. Like, bruv, get out my mentions. Is it, yeah? He's quitting because of the schedule. That's mad. That's crazy. Well, Lazio is 1-2-1. That's crazy. Full time in Germany, Manchester City have won by 2-1. I'm putting on the Mrs. Tweet Enrique hype. Couple minutes, 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go in the Newcastle game. 5 minutes to go. PSG playing it about the back. Good tackle. Here's Sarr. Sarr with a shot. Oh! Oh my days. That is when you know you've had a good night. That is nasty. Oh, that is a serious strike from the centre back. That caps off a proper night in Newcastle. The town is going to be hopping. It's going to be bouncing. I can't believe it. 4-1. And it's a centre back who smashed it in. Top corner. Pick that out. PSG put in the biggest, most bombastic spliff of their life. Look at this. What a shot. Oh my days. He slipped while doing it as well. That is nasty behavior. That's peak. Wow. 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 I'm speechless. I'm absolutely speechless. I can't believe it. What a performance. This is like dreamland for Newcastle. They've got 4 points from the first 2 games. They've played PSG at home, tough game. They've played AC Milan away, tough game. They've not even played Dortmund yet. When Newcastle get a hold of Dortmund, I'm telling you, it might be peak. If they got their players available, they might drag Dortmund. They really might drag them, especially at home. But they can definitely beat Dortmund at home. Away from home, you know, big crowd. Maybe it will be tough, but I watched Dortmund there today, and I'm not going to lie. Outside of Julian Brandt, there's not much there. There's not much there. You'd think Newcastle might even go into that maybe slight favourites if they got everyone available. Wow. Dortmund are not that. They're not them guys. So Newcastle. Wow. It's a Geordie holiday tomorrow. Yeah. Can't believe it. Cannot believe it, guys. What a performance, man. What a performance. Back to front. Defensively, they've been unbelievable. Everybody's worked their arse off, tracking runners. It's been unbelievable, man. Imagine your first Champions League game at home, and this is the performance they put in. It's just doesn't get any better than that. Does not get any better than that. I'm actually looking forward to watching the highlights so I can listen to the crowd for the goals. Must be mad. The lads have given everything. Facts. They have. Wide free kick for PSG. Headed back into the box. Cleared. Out for a throw-in. Luis Enrique. Luis Enrique. We're watching you. He's getting sacked. Off to Saudi, you pop. Yeah? Off to Saudi, you pop. He's played very solid defensively versus Dortmund. It's just frustrating that we can't finish our chances in the first 2 Champions League games. Yeah, I mean, PSG next. Luckily for you guys, they're not looking too good either. You might catch them, but AC Milan need to finish their chances, man, because you need to pick up a win. Because you got Newcastle away. Don't forget. Look what happened to PSG. You got Newcastle away as well, so you better buck up for that game. Because listen, they look like they're on some serious smoke, man. They picked up last couple of weeks. Emery's gonna shoot from distance for no reason. Wide. Game's over anyway. Full time. What can I say? That's an historic game. That's an historic win for Newcastle. That is an historic win. Newcastle are carrying the coefficient. They are. Let's see if they get out the group, man. But it looks like the way they've started the group, it looks like they're going to get something. They're leaving with something. They are leaving with something. Crazy. Yeah, my prediction is 2-0 at the moment, but we'll talk in the preview. All right, guys, that's the end of the watch along. Make sure you smash up the likes. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. What a night for Newcastle. Worth our weight in gold. Worth their weight in gold. Sorry, watching that 4-1 at home. Dortmund, AC Milan, stinkfest. No problem. We'll put up with it because that game was unbelievable, and a very humbling moment for PSG, man. They are yet to get it right in the Champions League. And they're not looking like they're getting it this season either. But like I said, guys, smash up the like, subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We got Brighton versus Marseille, and we got Freiburg versus West Ham double header. So let's see how that goes. Until then, big up your damn selves. In a bit, people. Peace.